I think it looks good. I'm gonna have the card up there, and like I'm gonna say what the card does. Start with the absolute best and absolute garbage. Don't know if I put alignment in S. We'll find. Good. Gamers. We're gonna be doing a Regent tier list. First, need to talk about what a tier list even means in Slay the Spire. In Slay the Spire, you can't just look at the tier list and click on the best cards always and win, even though that does work decently well. It'll get you pretty far. So what's important is to listen to what I'm saying more than where I'm putting it on the tier list. It's going to matter a little bit more. I'm going to name these tier lists a little bit so that they have a little bit more meaning. First tier is broken. These are the cards that are either going to be instant clicks all the time and reasonably powerful effect, or just the effect is so powerful that even if they're a little more situational, like you can take them preemptively and then they'll carry you. These are going to be great cards, just not quite to the level of broken. Maybe, you know, pick these cards a lot, like very easy to click cards, but not as powerful of an effect. Then the next tier is going to be like good sometimes. So these are cards that are going to need synergy to be picked. You're not going to like pick them before you've already found the synergy to go with it. You're not going to pick it like before you have the resources to spend on it or synergies to make them stronger. And then this is going to be desperate. These are cards that you pick if you're going to die, if you don't pick them. You don't like to put them in your deck, but you're going to put them in your deck sometimes. Yeah. And another important thing about the desperate tier, I feel, is that at the beginning of the run, you are desperate. At the beginning of the run, you have all your base cards in your deck, and you don't have any good cards in your deck. So even though you might see, oh, this is like a D tier, a C tier, you know, S, A, B, C tier, like these are your C and D tier cards, and they are, at the beginning of every run, you're garbage. Your deck is terrible. So you need to add these cards sometimes, very early in a run, reasonably often. And then these are going to be, do not click these. These are cards that not literally do not click, but like you'll click it 1 in 100 runs or something. Like you just shouldn't click them. They're bad cards without synergy. You get the synergy and then they're still bad. So we start with alignment. Alignment is a 3-star cost card, 0 energy, and gives you 2 energy. In the tier list, it might say two stars, but it's 3 cost currently in the full build. I think this card used to be so good, and then they nerfed it to 3 stars instead of 2. And you'll notice a lot with the star cards is if the card is a great star card, it is going to be in these top 2 tiers probably. And if it is not a great star card, it is going to be in the bottom 2 probably. I'm going to put alignment in desperate. I find myself barely ever clicking on this card. Somehow, if you find yourself with a bulk of stars and not much to pay off and require energy to play cards like maybe your blade or other chunky attacks that need energy, like even though this character is very energy hungry, I just don't find myself clicking on this card. I just simply don't. Next up, we've got Arsenal. Arsenal, I'm going to put in great. I think this is one of the best scaling cards. I might even, you know, more I play, I might put it up here. Arsenal currently is 1 energy power whenever you play, whenever you create a card, gain 1 strength. I think this is just one of your best scaling cards on this character. You can even upgrade it to innate as well. So it really is wonderful. I've been playing a lot more with the card generation stuff on this character, and it is performing very well. Yeah, the change from whenever you play a colorless card, gain 1 strength, it feels like it makes the card so much better and more consistent. Create is the same as transform, right? Yes. So this works with all the cards that transform cards, guards, begone, and charge, which you'll see are all very good cards. They're all very, very, very good cards. And then stuff like, yeah, card called. What is it called? Manifest Authority is great. It with Manifest Authority, it with the Rainbow Road, Spectrum Shift can be just like really solid. Yeah, and the Arsenal also will play well with the status generating stuff, the Collision Course common and the rare Crash Landing. And these are reasonably solid cards that you can pick early. I'll talk about them later more. But yeah, this thing can make a lot of strength very quickly, which can be very, very powerful. Next up, we have Astral Pulse, one of the best common attacks in the entire game, probably. I personally, I've seen other people put this up here. I don't think I put a common damage card up that high, although it is such a useful card to have in your deck. If I don't have this card in my deck and I don't have AoE in Act 1, I'm clicking it. It costs 3 stars to do 14 damage, and that is just a lot of damage to do AoE. It hits good breakpoints to help in almost every multi-enemy combat. It's very good. It's very, very good. It does what you expect it to do. It helps you in AoE fights, and then it has star synergy with I guess Child of the Stars and stuff, you know. But it does cost a lot, and you need to be careful because, like, if you have this card in your deck and you need it, you need to be careful about spending your stars, and just in case you can't play it and all that stuff. It's important. Yeah, if you get it to Astral Pulse early, you're gonna feel more confident in Act 1. Not something you're gonna take later, but it's great early game. Act 1, especially Underducks and the Eels and a lot of the other hallway fights, it's just gonna perform. Next up, Beat into Shape. Beat into Shape says deal 5 damage, forge 5, and then forges an additional 5 for each time it is hit. So this card is good if you can play a bunch of attacks. Had this card generated on Silent one time, and it was actually better than it is on Regent. So I'm only going to put this on the good sometimes. I think this card can perform sometimes, make a big blade, but it really is just like a better version of like the Rot in War common card. It just makes a lot. It makes a bigger blade. It is a rare card, so like, yeah, I don't know. I think it can be good sometimes. You get a Radiate or a Lunar Blast multi-hit attacks in a Beat into Shape, suddenly you have your boss damage. I think the blade stuff is reasonably solid. Mostly the blade is good in boss fights to replay it, or like if you're gonna play it once, it can just like hit one enemy. It's solid. Would I say broken is when you can pick the card at early or late game? Yeah, it's like the card is just good the whole run. Like you can pick it early and it'll perform the whole run, or like you can even preemptively pick it and then it'll become good always, like consistently. Okay, be gone. Be gone. Be gone. This is a card that changed a lot in the beta patch. It used to just be like 1 energy, make a minion dive bomb, and then the dive bomb cost energy. Now it's kind of like a deck thinning tool and synergy card. It's now 1 energy, choose a card in your hand to transform into minion strike, and minion strike is 6 energy or 6 damage for 0 energy. Draw a card. So it's a little like a pommel strike, but then it also transforms a card in your hand. So you can transform a status card or your worst card in your deck, and your next deck cycle is going to be better because you're not going to draw into that card. It's like a True Grit from Ironclad stapled to a pommel strike. It's good, and it doesn't really need the upgrade. It's good. It goes in my great tier. The effect is just strong. It's like strong the whole run. You know, synergy with Arsenal, boom. Synergy with Pillar, which you'll see. Just a good card. Just a good card. As a common, wonderful. It does okay damage. It doesn't really. It does a strike damage, but the utility is so strong that it is fine. I like this card a lot. I find it interesting and fun and not overtuned like some other cards you'll see soon. Next up, Big Bang. 0 energy. Draw a card. Gain energy. Gain star. Forge 5. Exhaust. It does a lot of things. It also upgrades to innate Big Bang. Big Bang is the easiest click in the entire game. It costs nothing. The thing that might put it in broken over great is just how easy it is to click and how good of a dupe target it is. I don't know if that's enough of a reason to think about taking this in Act 1, but it's just never bad. It helps your star economy a little bit. It gives you a little energy. It doesn't dig through your deck, which is something Regent would love. Like, I think Regent would love if this just like didn't forge and drew an extra card or something, but that would be too good. But it's free. Yeah, clone it. Put the clone gene on it, get 1 million of them, and you win the run. Like it upgrades to innate as well, which can be really good. I think the upgrade to innate can actually be really strong in case you want to click on Bread, the relic that loses 2 energy on turn 1 and gives you 1 energy on all the other turns. So it makes it a little easier to click on Bread if you upgrade this, or if it's just in your deck, you can pick Bread and then upgrade this. But yeah, Regent loves energy. This gives you 1 energy with no downside. It's good. For a rare card that you're picking over other rare cards, sometimes you might pick stuff over it because it isn't the most power boost, but an energy is really strong in this game. 1 extra energy for not costing a draw. It's just really strong in this game. It's just always going to perform. So it's got to go up here. There's just no way it's not. Next up, Black Hole. Black Hole. 1 energy power whenever you spend or gain star. Deal 3 damage to all enemies. This card I'm going to put in the good sometimes, maybe above Beat into Shape. And that good sometimes is you have the Throne. Throne you'll see later. The Sealed Throne is whenever you play a card, gain star. Self-explanatory, whenever you play a card, deal 3 AoE damage, upgrade to 4. So that is one situation where it is unbelievably strong. Out it, I don't know if it's going to be as great. It's going to just be solid otherwise. Another good use for it is probably pinging Phantom. You know, most decks are going to want to make stars, so it's going to perform okay in a lot of fights. But I can't put it higher because it's not like enough damage to, you know, single-handedly solve your damage. It's just going to be some good auxiliary AoE stuff going on there. It's just okay. Hidden Cache will activate it 2 turns in a row. It's definitely, yeah, it's solid. It does not do damage like per star spent or gained. It's just when it is gained or lost. So that makes it a little bit weaker. Black Hole. Oh yeah, Kin as well. The AoE fights. I mean, it's good in the AoE fights. Understandable. AoE card, good in AoE fights if it is being able to apply. Next up, Bombardment. Probably the most fun card in the entire game. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's super duper fun. Extremely fun card. If Bombardment isn't S, you don't care because it's so fun. Okay, if this is a fun tier list, oh my god, yeah. The animation's great. The effect's great. It's so fun. The synergies it has are fun. If you are listening, if you're only listening and not watching, is a 3 energy, deal 18 damage. It upgrades to 24? Yeah, that's a big upgrade. At the start of your turn, it plays from the exhaust pile, exhaust. So this card is an attack, but it really acts more like a power because you play it once and then every turn thereafter, it will play from the exhaust pile and then exhaust itself. So it's just super fun to have like a card like this that procs relics that proc on attacks and synergies and stuff, but it's actually an attack and it acts like a power. It's like scaling damage. It's just such a fun card and such an interesting card that I love it, but spending your entire turn 3 energy most of the time to get this thing in play is a little brutal a lot of the time. You can exhaust it with Tyranny or Pale's Eye, but a lot of times you just got to play it, and that's going to hurt a lot. And then I must mention Bombardment Musical Box, the Vaku relic that creates an ethereal copy of the first attack you play every turn. This will be the first attack you play each turn. It'll instantly make an ethereal copy. You can either play that ethereal copy or just let it exhaust, and you'll get an extra bombardment every single turn. It's so fun. That's right. Another way to play it is get Void Form. Another way to get this in play. You could get the Snecko enchant. Yeah, if you get this thing from Meow early in a run, you get the Snecko enchant on it in Act 1. Does it proc Orbit? No, because you're not spending energy. But it will activate the Intimidating Helmet relic that gives you block when you play a 2-cost or higher card. And that can be really good. It'll activate Calamity whenever you play an attack, like add a random attack to your hand. Like that's fun too. It's such a fun card, but it isn't the greatest card in the world. So it can't go in the top tier. It just can't. It simply can't, unfortunately. Maybe it can go up here. I don't know. I think I like it over Black Hole. Yeah, you got Danse Macabre from Necrobinder. This will activate it. Or if you get this on Necrobinder, it'll activate it. Oh my god, that sounds so good with Seance or Cleanse. Those cards are targeted draw pile exhaust. You targeted draw pile exhaust your bombardment. I want to get this card on Necrobinder. That sounds sick. Why is Alt doing that? All right. Next up, Bulwark card. So Bulwark is just a card where the numbers make it so good. And those numbers are, it's a 2 energy block card, blocks for 13 and forges 10. If the numbers were weaker, this card would not be as good. The numbers are simply good. It's just a staple card of the character, really helps this character block, which is a struggle. And then it gives you the blade in hand. You know, it's like a big block card stapled onto a Carnage from Spire 1 or something. It's just a card. It's like a Glacier on Defect. You know, your staple 2-cost block card on the character. And this one's good. Really broken if it's just good. The thing about Bulwark that makes it broken is that you can take it with no synergy, and it is the thing it does is extremely useful all the time. That is what makes it good. You can take multiple copies of it. You can upgrade it because it's got a good upgrade. Check this upgrade out. Boom, 16 block, forge 13. It just has good numbers. That's kind of the situation with Bulwark. It's just got good numbers, and that is what makes cards good in this game. If the numbers are good, the card is good. And yeah, blocking this turn, getting ready for a big blade next turn is just a good thing. It's kind of like Shadow Shield on Defect, but the number is bigger. Yeah, good consistently equals broken. Great consistently equals broken. It's that level. It's just, the broken tier is just like a little bit better than the great tier. That's all. It's consistent card. You want to draw block in this game, and this card says block on it. That's how it goes. Bundle of Joy. This is a card that was buffed from 2 energy to 1 energy in the beta branch that is now on the main branch. That makes this 12,000 times better. It was genuinely like, okay, it probably wasn't actually a never click. It was like in in Do Not Click. It was probably in Desperate, and now I think it's actually in Great. It's 1 energy. I think it's actually great. Is that a crazy thing to say? No, because it's good with Arsenal and it's good with Pillars, and those are cards that, as you will see, are good. And when the card is solid on its own, making 3 colorless cards, yeah, it's 1 energy, make 3 colorless cards to your hand, random. Yeah, I mean, it's just colorless cards are very, 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 very good. This only upgrades to 4, does not upgrade to random, so it doesn't really require the upgrade that a lot of the card generation cards do, which is also kind of good. You know, you just kind of, it fits in every deck more or less, unless you're somehow building a deck that's just gonna like cycle like crazy and maybe not want these random cards in your deck. Usually it's just good. I mean, 1 energy, draw 3 functionally, you know, it's gonna be good usually. And it's more than just 1 energy, draw 3. It's 1 energy, draw 3 with the synergy of Arsenal, with the synergy of Pillars. And yeah, the colorless pool is very powerful in this game. Lots of good scaling in there. So if you're like, how do I beat bosses? You know, this is a card that can help you. Next up is Celestial Might. Deal 6 damage 3 times for 2 energy. It was changed. The upgrade was actually changed in the beta branch, I believe. It used to upgrade it like 8 damage 3 times or something. Now it upgrades to hit 4 times, which I think is a huge improvement. This is just a common card. It's a common damage card. And yeah, that upgrade makes it better with Vigor, makes it better with Strength. I might even want to put this this might actually be a premium card in certain situations, because this character has a few strength scaling cards and not that many. And as you can see, if you have Arsenal, like, you want to have a strength payoff, and there aren't all that many strength payoffs on the character. And this is definitely one of the best. And yeah, it's a very easy card to click early game. It's like a better like Eviscerate on Silent Inspire 1. It's like a better Skewer. It's just a raw damage card that's going to help you get through Act 1 and then maybe become better if you find Strength. Mostly Strength. Another thing about multi-hits in this game is they benefit massively from enchantments. Very often you'll get enchantments to buff the damage with Sharp 2, or there's a Shop relic that can enchant attacks with Sharp 3. You can get the miniature cannon that increases upgraded attacks damage by 3. That's a great target for it. You know, you upgrade that and it's doing 9 times 4 damage. And then if you get an enchantment and the lighter Shop relic that increases the damage of enchanted attacks by 9, then this is your damage card. It is just gonna hit. It's gonna hit for like, you know, at least 15 times 4 if you upgrade it. You're right, Momentum, the Shop relic as well. The Punch Dagger can do Momentum, the card that makes it when you play the card, it increases its damage by 5. Yeah. If only it was called Celestial Strike. It's true. So yeah, I mean, it's just a good card. It's a common card. It does what it does its job. It's a common attack, and it's a pretty solid one. Not broken, but not terrible. Charge. I think this is the best card on the character. Charge. This one was changed. They tried to nerf this card, and they didn't do a good job of it. I don't know if they even nerfed it. I think they tried to, but they didn't do a good job of it, of nerfing this card, if that was their goal. It says, choose 2 cards in your draw pile to transform into minion dive bombs. And do you see what minion dive bomb does? You don't. Let me bring it up, because this is important. Or no, token cards are here. It does this, and you get 2 of them. The number says 13, upgrade to 16 on it, and it makes 2 of them. So this card says 1 energy, 26 damage. Kind of draw 2, because you're drawing these instead of bad cards in your draw pile. You can target statuses. You can target curses. You can target powers that you're not intending to play in the fight. It's broken. This card needs no synergy to be broken. Upgrades to 16. 32 damage for 1 energy. Ironclad has to play a bludgeon, play 3 energy for that. And not only is it doing 32 damage, it's drawing 2. And then it's drawing 2 next deck cycle, because you're never drawing those cards again in the fight. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's too much. My thing I say about Charge is it could do half of what it does, and I would still click the card. It could only choose 1 card in your draw pile, and I would do it. The dive bombs could cost 1 energy. I'd still take this card. How much does Charge cost? It costs 1 energy. It costs 1 energy to do what Charge does. Yeah, and I haven't even gotten to all of the things it does. Arsenal synergy, Pillar synergy. You can gain 2 strength when you play this card. You can block for 6 or 8 or more if you have multiple pillars in play. I don't understand this thing. This Charge card. How were they like looking at the numbers? How were they looking at the numbers and thinking this card is okay? Yeah, the numbers are just too good. So this thing like single-handedly can beat bosses for you. This is card on its own. It removes cards from your draw pile that you'll never draw again. And then guess what's going to happen next draw pile? You're going to draw the Charge faster because you have 2 fewer cards in your cycle. And you keep doing that, and then you have no cards left. and then you have only your good cards left. You know, you get rid of all your bad cards, and you only have good cards left, and then you win the fight. That's how it goes. Too much utility, too much damage for not enough cost. The only downside is like, oh, it is maybe delayed. Maybe you don't draw these cards until next turn. That's the downside. It's not enough of a downside to make the card not broken. It is broken. It is too good. Just too powerful. Simply too powerful for a single card in this game. Would 2 energy make it trash? No. It could do half its effect. It could cost twice as much. It would be broken. Doesn't make a difference. Okay, maybe it wouldn't be broken. If you make it 2 cost, maybe it's here. It's probably here. If it's 2 cost, that's all. I have a gem. I am offered charge and seance and something trash. What is the pick? You mean a hidden gem? If I don't have damage, I'm taking charge almost all the time. I have prismatic gem. Oh, well, that's going to depend on a lot of things. Most of the time, I'm going to take charge. Seance just makes a soul. It just draws. The charge kind of draws and deals a million damage at the same time. The damage is too much. It's too much to ignore. Oh, another thing I didn't even mention was charge. You can get the Vitruvian Minion Relic. Is a shop relic, so it's not super consistent to find it, but like the Vitruvian Minion says double the damage and block of minion cards. So suddenly your charge plus is doing 64 damage. And that's a lot. For 1 energy, that's a lot. With no setup, it just does its thing. Along with the utility that it also has. Yeah. Broken card. That's all. Do you ever really upgrade it? Yeah. It's your best card if it is the best card in your deck, you play it every time you draw it usually. And you do 6 extra damage when you upgrade it every time you play this card. Sure, I'll upgrade it often. Generally, you want to be upgrading the cards that you're going to play the most often. And if this card is the best card in your deck, you're going to play it every time you draw it. Unless you bottom deck it and you have no cards in your draw pile, which can happen. But still, it's an outstanding card. Child of the Stars, a 1-cost power that says whenever you spend star, gain 2 block for each star gained, upgrade to 3. Broken, but it's the bottom of broken. I don't actually know how broken I feel this card is. It needs an engine to go along with it to be truly broken. And then it's merely like solid until then. But because it's so strong, once you have that star engine going, it's really good. It definitely goes in this top tier of broken. It's your classic block power. It's your mental fortress on Watcher, roughly speaking. It's like your feel no pain on Spire 1 Ironclad. Maybe better than that, honestly. It's very, 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 very good. And because it is block per star spent, it is just a lot of block. And it makes those high star cost cards like even more valuable than they already are. So you're spending 5 energy or 5 stars on a comet. Suddenly you're actually blocking for 10 or 15. Just that instance. But yeah, it's an outstanding card. It does what it says. You can take it somewhat speculatively. I mean, you in your base deck, this is already like 4 block on your starter card, and that's only a little worse than a defend in your starter deck. And it only gets better from there. It gets much better from there. Like, that's as bad as it possibly is. So yeah, Child of the Stars is outstanding. It's possible to get a little, to pick this card a little bit too much, pick it a little bit too early. But just, if you can get away with clicking this card, you click it. And you usually can. Because you're going to need to find a block game late game, or a block plan late game, and this is going to help you do that. Just like Bulwark. And that's why it goes into broken tier. Because it's just such a core important thing to do in this game is fix your block. So you gotta put it here. Oh yeah, should I put it in great? Should I put it in great for some clicks? I mean, I actually don't find this card to perform that well for me. It's going here. Yeah, thumbnail will put Child of Stars in F tier. Yeah, it's a power. Powers are good in this game because a lot of enemies scale rather than hitting you up front. So taking these powers, it can be a little easier to play them early turns. It's nice. The card's good. Next up, Cloak of the Stars. Cloak of Stars. 0 energy, 1 star, 7 block. This is a really good common, but it's just a common block card. It is fine. Obvious synergy with Child of the Stars, and I guess a little bit with Black Hole, but it is a fine card. It does the job of being a block card in Act 1. You can pick up one of these if you haven't picked up a block card, more or less. Another thing to mention about Cloak is if you have the Throne, it's just a free card because you play a card and then it refunds the star immediately. It's just like a Deflect plus on Silent with a little bit more synergy. Great. I think it's a solid card. Not too broken, but not too bad. Easy to click. It says block on it, and the character needs block early game and late game. So next up, Collision Course. This is a card that, in my opinion, has changed dramatically. Maybe because the damage number was buffed significantly in the beta branch. It is a 0 energy card. Deal 11 damage. Put a debris into your hand. And debris is a 1 energy status that just says exhaust. So you could think of this as like worst case scenario, 11 damage for 1 energy. Best case scenario, it's 11 damage for 0 energy plus synergy. This actually goes in great. This card is very, very useful. I've had this on a Defect run and it was good. Like, this is a common card that you can pick early game that then will continue performing throughout the run. Same way as like Begone will. I guess it can, yeah, you say it's sick with Begone. Yeah, you can put the status card in your deck and immediately transform it. That can work too. But yeah, the card generation package on this character is pretty good. And the status generation works with that now. In the beta, most of the card generation didn't. Like Arsenal would only activate when you play a colorless card, and for some reason the status card didn't count as a colorless card. And now it'll count for Arsenal, it'll count for Pillars, it'll count for what is that relic called? The Regalite. There's a relic that gives you block every time you create a card. I guess it's the same essentially as Pillars, but as a relic. This will block with that as well. But mostly the damage is just really, really powerful on this card, and then it has synergy from there. Wouldn't worry too much even if you have to have the debris in your reshuffle, because just the output is good. You know, you're not going to shuffle your deck until a few turns from now. Deal with the debris later, maybe sometimes. Either way, it's got a lot of value. It goes in great tier. The Comet. This card a few weeks ago would go up here, but I think cards that cost stars gotta be so busted, and this thing costs 5 stars. So like, unless you have the real crazy star engine, which you want to have, it's just not going to be playable some amount of the time. Of course, you can have Void Form, and that can make this thing more playable, but it's just a lot of stars to pay. And I don't think I can put it in broken tier, even though it solves so many things in a single card. Because this card does 33 damage. 33 damage. Apply 3 weak, 3 vulnerable. Weak and vuln are one of the strongest things you can have in the entire game. They, multiply the enemy's damage by a lower number, so they do less damage and you deal more. That is what you want to do in this game. You want to not take damage and you want to kill the enemy. So applying weak and vuln is just so good. And it even does 33 on top of that. Upgrades to 44 whole damage. That's crazy. That's a big number. So not only does it do a lot of damage, it'll increase the damage of all your other cards for a few turns and decrease the damage that you're incoming. So that's just like so much utility. But it's got a big downside of costing 5 stars. That's a lot to handle. It's too expensive for a lot of decks. You can pick this preemptively and just like upgrade your Venerate maybe, and just don't play your other star cost cards and just play this one because it's so powerful. But if you only have your Venerate in your deck, half the time you're going to draw this thing before the Venerate, and then it's just a curse. So you really do need to get that consistency somewhere. But of course, it can be your damage for the whole fight. So it's good. Conqueror is the next card. Forge 3, 1 energy. Sovereign Blade deals double damage to the enemy this turn. So it'll only deal damage to 1 of the enemies. This counts as a debuff, so it does not go through artifact. And the Forge number is 3, upgrade to 5. You'll notice that those are small numbers. Those are very, very, very small numbers. So this doesn't have any value as a Forge card on its own. And it costs so much energy to do whatever you want. It's like bottom of desperate. It can't be truly useless because like double damage is massive. It can very easily help you kill bosses and stuff if you have a decent blade already. It needs so much support, and then you need to make sure that the blade's in your hand. The blade of course retains, but like this thing doesn't retain. So it's got to line up with your Vuln ideally. And the blade costs 2 energy, and this costs 1 energy. A lot of runs, you only have 3 base energy, so that's like your whole turn to do like 40 damage or something. That's not good enough. So you need the blade to be really big to start out. Yeah, if your blade it's medium-sized. If you got a medium-sized blade, the thing is okay. Because if the blade is too big, you're killing things anyway, and if it's too small, this is doing nothing. Only good in medium decks, only if it's just right. Yeah, it's not useless, so I'm not putting it in the do not click. It's not like awful. Just needs a little buff to be broken, honestly. Next up, Convergence. The card says retain your hand on it. For 1 energy, next turn, you will gain an energy and a star. Retain your hand. Upgrades to 2 stars. This is a ridiculously good card. Upgrades to 2 stars. This is a ridiculously good card. Why? I talked about Comet and how like, oh, you're going to draw Comet. And then it's like, oh, do I have enough stars to play it? What if you don't? Then it's a curse. But what if you draw it next to Convergence and you play Convergence, and then next turn you either draw stars or the stars that Convergence gives you is enough to play the card? Boom. You just played the Comet, and like, you know, it smooths over every bad draw order ever. It's so good. Runic Pyramid is the strongest relic in the entire game. This is a fraction of what Runic Pyramid does, so it's good. Equilibrium, the block card, is also very strong for the same exact reason. But this thing is also crazy because it gives you an energy back. So this thing like is net 0 energy of output of cost, and then like gains a star plus an extra star if you upgrade it. Like, this is a key part of your star economy, even if you can upgrade it. Yeah. Is Pyramid still the strongest relic considering all boss rewards are also relics? Yes. Pyramid is probably the strongest boss relic in this game. Ancient relic, they're called. I got too much Spire 1 in my brain to call them ancient relics. They're called boss relics, where we come from. But yeah, Convergence, 2, maybe 3 copies is good, honestly. The card's crazy. Yeah. Retaining your hand, getting your combo pieces, drawing things on the right turn. It's just good. Having cards in hand, having the right cards in hand on the right turns is how you build consistency. It's how you win runs. And that's what this card does. It wins runs. Amazing utility on top of the output. It's great. I don't know. It's probably above Borg. I don't know. It's so good. Above Big Bang. Hot take, whatever. Yeah, put Big Bang at the bottom of here. I was even considering Big Bang here. Big Bang can go there. That's a good spot for you. Next up is Cosmic Indifference. 1 energy common block card. 6 block, put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. That means you have to draw back into the card? Ew, gross. Costs a lot of draw to play this card, and the block number is simply not big enough. It only blocks 1 more than a defend. I don't want to put a defend in my deck. Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird how bad this card is when Headbutt is like kind of good on Clad, but it's just not. It's just not great. The number is too weak, and it doesn't have enough good synergies with good stuff. It's just, it's a victim of its own numbers. The numbers simply aren't big enough. That's all. And the utility is not enough. It's like a worse hologram. Much worse hologram. Yeah, I don't know. Are you going to really have the weird block card and play it? No, not often enough. I am invincible. Yeah, it's whatever. It can bring your blade back, I suppose, but there is a better way to do that. Usually I don't want cards from my discard pile on this character. It doesn't really matter. I would rather simply retain my hand with Convergence. That's much better. That is a lot better. Moving on. Crash Landing, one of my favorite cards. 1 energy, 21 upgrade to 26 damage to all enemies. AoE cards are very good in this game. And then it has this downside, not always a downside. Fill your hand with debris. Debris like collision course. Yeah, this card rules. Above Child of the Stars. I'm putting it above Child of the Stars. It's crazy with Arsenal. It's crazy with guards. It's crazy with Pillar. It does 21 damage to all enemies for only 1 energy. That's good. 21 will pretty much just solve any AoE fight instantaneously in this game. Except for like Centimillipede elites, but that's not saying that it's bad in that fight. It's just not solving single-handedly. But absolutely, it is extremely good. Does a lot of damage and can become good synergy later. It might be weak in certain boss fights sometimes if you like don't have Arsenal Pillar to block. But the thing that it does is so valuable that it's useful. And honestly, it should just go right next to Astral Pulse because it's kind of like a similar card. Does a lot of AoE with some downside of either causing stars or making debris, and then can have an upside with certain powers. It's good. It's very good. Crescent Spear. Don't click it. Costs 1 energy and 1 star. Deals 6 damage. Deals 2 additional damage for all your cards that have a star cost. It's bad. The number is bad on it, and it's bad. You can do the funny thing and duplicate it with the dupe gene, and then it'll one-shot everything, and that's really funny, but it is bad. It does the damage of a Strike Plus in your deck, and that's bad. What if you duplicated your deck in Act 3? You maybe. But that's why the do not click is not like a literal tier. It's a just don't click this card usually. It's not good. You'll click it 1 in 100 times, maybe even less than that. It's bad. Crush Under for 1 energy, 7 to all enemies, and all enemies lose 1 strength this turn. This is an important upgrade to lose 2 strength and deal 8 damage. This is in Desperate tier. It's an AoE attack, but not a good one. Yeah, if you're gonna die to the Eels of Evil and you don't have an Astral Pulse, you can click this. If you're gonna die to the Frog Parasite Elite and you don't have an Astral Pulse, you can try to click this. If you have a free upgrade, you can click this. If you're gonna die also to maybe the Kin boss, but that boss is not that hard, so I don't know. It kind of needs an upgrade to even attempt to block. So it just takes too much resources to make it that good. And then even then it's not that good because it's still 8 damage. Like 8 AoE is not that much. It doesn't like single-handedly solve AoE fights the way that Crash Landing or Astral Pulse does. It's a common. It shouldn't be too strong, but you know, it does a job okay. So it goes in Desperate. I'll click it if I'm gonna die. That's the perfect like Desperate tier card. Next up, Decisions. 6 star cost, 0 energy. Draw 3 cards. Choose a skill in your hand and play it 3 times. Exhaust. This card is so broken if you can play it. And that is a big if. So yeah, 6 is a lot. Pretty free click if you've got the throne. Maybe if you got the upgraded starter relic or something, you can actually play this. But a lot of times I have a deck and I can't play this. Or I'm playing it and then it's playing Venerate 3 times and refunding itself. Which I guess it's a master strategy in that case, but it's not like incredible. And then of course there are some situations if you have multiple great targets and the stars to play it, it can be great. You know, you can play the Smith and then suddenly you're, you know, forging a million. Did the Smith get buffed? Hold on 1 second. No, it's forge 30 always. Yeah, don't click it. Crazy Infinite with Soul's Power. Yeah, you can chain this. You can chain this on multiple copies or stuff. But yeah, it's just the high star cost cards, you've got to be very careful with them because they can very easily just become curses in your deck. Like either you're making the choice, I'm going to play this star card or this star card if you don't have the economy, or it's just like a curse half the time, especially if it's above 3 star cost, then like you need to draw some star generation before it. So it's really not an always click or anything, but it is definitely good sometimes. And it's even great sometimes. It can be a win the fight button occasionally, but because it has such a high cost, it's a little bit much. Yeah, what are the primary targets? Star Gen usually can be good to just refund it. Convergence can hold your hand for 3 turns and then refund some of the stars next turn. You can just put it on Glow, draw and make stars, ideally Glow Plus. Putting it on almost any blade card is solid to make a really good big blade and end the fight. Particularly the Smith is going to be the best one. You know, your blade is going to do 120 or 160 damage like instantaneously. That's extremely strong. Fun on like Quasar, make some colorless cards. Hidden Cash will refund a lot of stars, which can be good. Or just a block card. I mean, the skills that are in the top tier here are all good targets. I mean, it's not going to often happen with Big Bang, but like Bulwark, right? This is a full block and make a big blade. It's going to be good. Going to be good with that. Yeah, Charge is going to, you know, make your draw pile broken and then thin your deck down in the next cycle. It's going to be good. Next up is Defend. Yeah, I don't need to rank Defend. It's a starter card. It's bad, but it's not as bad as Strike. Devastate. Ew. 1 energy, 4 stars, deal 30 damage. I don't know, man. Is it that bad? It's pretty bad. This is a card that my initial perception was it's bad. And then I'm like, maybe it's actually okay. It's a lot of damage. And now my perception is that it's bad. And the reason it's bad is that you're going to put the good star cost cards in your deck. And when you have those, you literally can't play this. Because if you play this, it means you're not playing the Astral Pulse next turn. And you want to play the Astral Pulse. You want to play the Comet. You even want to play your Falling Star starter card. You want to play those. You don't want to play this. And early game, when you want this damage, you don't even have 4 stars to play it. You've got to draw your Venerate before this. And half the time you're not doing that. So you just put a curse in your deck half the time. That's bad. It's like Clash on Ironclad. You know, half the time you draw Clash next to your curse and you can't play Clash. This, half the time you're not drawing it with your Venerate and you can't play it. And that's bad. If you put a card in your deck that doesn't do anything and costs a draw, that's a bad card. And these both don't do enough for costing the draw or the stars. Yeah, not only if you play this, if you draw this card, is it unplayable half the time. If it is playable, you just spent all your stars on a card that isn't even that good. It makes it a bad card. Yeah, it's in Do Not Click. Don't click this card. Even on like floor 1, I don't even know. I would have to have a crazy path to want to click this. As much as anything can go in this tier, this thing goes in that tier. Next up, Dying Star. Speaking of Would you rather spend 1 energy 4 stars to deal 30 damage or 1 energy 3 stars to deal 9 damage to all enemies, and all enemies lose 9 strength this turn? This is a Piercing Wail that's reusable, and Piercing Wail is broken, but Dying Star is not as good as Piercing Wail. It's not as good, but it's still really good. It says the enemy doesn't deal damage to you this turn. Most of the hard turns in this game I find are multi-hits or AoE turns. So having strength down is enormously powerful. You know, the test subject, most of their hard turns are going to be multi-hits, and the queen, most of their hard turns are going to be multi-hits. You know, strength down goes through debuffs. You know, if you're frail or vuln, it'll be even stronger than it would otherwise be. So this is like 1 energy 3 stars, don't take damage this turn, and then deal 9 damage as a little bit of a bonus. The 9 damage is almost irrelevant. It's okay. It doesn't really matter that much, but the 9 strength down is crazy. So this probably just goes on my good sometimes. It's also ethereal. So if you can't play this, say bye-bye. Or sometimes you're forced to play it because you don't want it to exhaust for later. Kind of like the enfeebling touch on Necrobinder's strength down. You know, comparing this to that, you know, this is so much weaker. It's also a rare, and enfeebling touch is an uncommon. You know, this is so much worse than most of the other strength down cards in the game, but it's still like solid. So I don't know. The effect is so strong. You got to consider it sometimes. Maybe you've got a void form to make this, you know, guaranteed to pin and play. Or of course, if you have the throne where you have infinite stars, essentially, it's going to be good. It's always. Next up is the Falling Star. This is a starter card, so it's not really useful to rank it, but this card is actually really good. I don't know. It's pretty funny to put it like above a rare card as a starter card, but like the Falling Star is solid. It makes the enemy weak and vuln and only costs 2 stars. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Enemy weak vuln is a really good effect. And it also makes you take less damage. It got buffed to do 8 damage when it did 7 before in the beta branch. Sure, it does a little bit more damage. Great card. For a starter, it's great. So it's going here, even though it's like not useful. Foregone Conclusion. This is a weird card. Honestly, I haven't picked this enough, but it does not feel as good as it should be. It's like a delayed seek. It says 1 energy, next turn put 2 cards into your hand from your draw pile. That is too delayed, but it can always get you these 2-card combos that you might want, like Conqueror and the Blade. It can bring the Blade. It can... What other 2 costs? I mean, just Star Maker and Star Payoff. It can get you those, but it's too delayed. Also, next turn, you draw the cards, you choose the cards before you draw your hand. So you don't have the information of the 5 cards you've drawn before. So you've got to choose them first. And that is significantly weaker. And yes, it costs an energy. That's huge. So a lot of times it's just going to say 1 energy, draw 2. And that's not that good. And this character is energy starved a lot of the time. So it goes in desperation. This card, I'm not going to click it that much as a rare card. If it were an uncommon or something, maybe I'm going to click it more often. You know, I even feel if like I got these large decks, like, I don't know, it's too much energy to spend on something that's going to happen next turn. I play this and then my powers are in play next turn, maybe, sometimes. It's a little bit too much. The good question, why is alignment desperate if energy is so important for Regent? Stars are more important. Stars are even more important. It's weird, right? That this card is so low, but it's just the way I play the game, like as a reflection of the game. Like theoretically, I feel like this card should be better alignment, but it's just not. Just how it is. Furnace. 1 energy power at the start of your turn, forge 4. That number is not that big. It's simply not that big. So this is like a desperation boss solve. It's gonna help you beat bosses, but not that well. It's just not that great. It's very slow. Yeah, only take it if like maybe you can upgrade it and the boss is like literally killing you if you don't take it. So it's a perfect desperation card. You know, it goes with like Conqueror. It's not great, not a great card because it's a forge card that has no additional utility. You want utility in the game. You want utility. It's just a power. You do kind of set it and forget it, but 4 damage a turn is not that much. It's simply not that much. Next up, Gamma Blast. Gamma Blast, 3-star, 0 energy, 13 damage, 2 weak, 2 vuln. It's an uppercut plus that only costs 3 stars. And 3 stars, if you've noticed, is a Venerate plus. This card rules. Is it better than Comet? No. It doesn't do as much damage as Comet, but I don't know. It's better than Astral Pulse, I think. Weakness and vuln is very, very strong, and this can help you keep weak vuln chain and keep the enemy weakened and vuln, and that's really, really good. Very, very, very good. Straightforward card. It's going to be good in almost any deck. I would even, it's one of those star cost cards that I would even think about. I would think about clicking it even if I'm like, I don't really have the stars to play this. But you just like don't play your falling star in the deck cycle, and then you play this instead. And eventually you'll pick up a hidden cache or something to be able to play this card, because it's just so good. Weak and Vuln are just so good. Weakness in particular is just something you want to have in every run. You don't always get it, but you want to have weak in every run on every character in this game. Genuinely, it's just so useful. And yeah, this upgrades to 18 damage. It does not upgrade to more weak and Vuln. If it upgraded to 3 weak, 3 Vuln, it goes way up there. It would be crazy. It's a good design decision. They didn't do that because it would be too easy to get too much weakness and Vuln with just a few cards. Yeah, like at least you need a Comet to get 3 weak, 3 Vuln. Or a Shockwave, the colorless card. That card is an instant click on most characters. Very easy to click on Shockwave. Next, Gather Light. 1 energy common, gain 8 block. Was buffed from 7 block in the beta branch. It's just a solid block card. You need stars to play star cards, and this helps you a little bit to play your star cards. Hits useful breakpoints sometimes. You know, you start with 3 stars. This puts you up to 4. So you can play Falling Star twice without having to play Venery, or like it doesn't quite get you to Comet, which is unfortunate. There aren't that many 4-cost star cards that are good. There's just this one, and like the Smith is a good one, but it's like it hits that breakpoint, which is fine. Mostly hits breakpoint like in the second deck cycle if you're redrawing cards. But it says block, and the starter deck on Regent appreciates having an extra block card or 2. And that's what this card does. So it's just solid. It's a staple, click the common card. It says block. Genesis. 2 energy power. 2 energy. At the start of your turn, gain 2 stars. Start of your turn. Only upgrades to 3 stars. Does not upgrade to 1 cost. So 2 cost powers are just, you know, starting off in a bad place in this game, because you're spending 2 energy to do nothing this turn. That's not great. That is not amazing. And then it's like a Venerate next turn. You know, it takes like 2 turns to do anything positive. It's in desperate tier. It's too much. It's too much, too little, too slow, but it serves a very important purpose. So it maybe goes at the top of this tier. It's not as good as you ever expect it to be. And then if you're building your deck around making stars and you're so reliant on this card, it takes so long to do anything. And the 2 cost is egregious for this character. You can't do that. You play Genesis and like 1 block card or something, and that's your whole turn. That's too much. You can't handle that in most decks. So yeah, it really can't be that high. Yeah, if it upgraded to 1 cost, it would be better. It would still cost the upgrade, but you could pick it in more situations. Yeah, I mean, just think about this compared to the humble Venerate. It's in your starter deck, and it makes 2 stars right now, not next turn, for 1 energy. This takes a turn to make 2. So it just takes too long to make not enough stars. And then also compare it to Hidden Cache, the common here that makes 4 stars for a single energy. You're going to spend 2 energy and 2 turns from now to get the same thing that you get from Hidden Cache. No, I'm going to take Hidden Cache. Most of the time, I'm going to kick Hidden Cache over Genesis, and as a rare card, that makes the card not that good. A reasonable upgrade would be now in the start of every turn, something like that. Just a little too slow. Even though you can afford to be slow in this game, it's just a little bit too slow for not whatever. Glimmer. More glim than only glim. Draw 3 cards, put 1 card from your hand on top of your draw pile. It's weird how little I kind of value the deck manipulation of this, and then the 1 energy cost is kind of too much to handle on this character. This is not acrobatics, where you play acrobatics and then you discard a slide card and cheat energy at the same time. You just don't do that. You can only really cheat energy with like Kingly Kick and Kingly Punch on this card, and those cards are just fine. And like even then, like it's not enough value you're getting out of it. You get a little deck manipulation by setting up your next turn, but all in all, it kind of needs the upgrade to actually, you know, dig through your deck, and I'm not spending the upgrade on this. I'm just not. So it really can't go too high. It might even be this tier. Oh my god, what? It feels a little like foregone conclusion. Why cards gotta cost energy? It's a very good thing to say. It's true. Cards shouldn't cost energy. They should all be free. Yeah, it's weird that the draw cards on this character feel so bad. You'll see that later. Glitter Stream is the next card. It says 11 block. Next turn, gain 5 block. It's a common. This card is better than it looks. 11 block is more than 2 defends. and it's dense. This card only costs 1 card draw to do what it does, and then it even blocks next turn. It got buffed. The next turn is 5 instead of 4, and then 7 instead of, I think, was it 6 or something? I don't know. It wasn't. Don't. It's a staple block card. It's in good sometimes. I click this in Act 1 often, and it performs. The other fun thing is with the Pale's Legion. Fresnel Lens, Dexterity. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I was going to say with Pale's Legion, you get like 22 block this turn and 10 block next turn. That's just really good. It blocks this turn and next turn. Like, I don't even know. Is it even in this tier? It's actually so good. 2 energy is a lot to spend, but it's okay to spend the energy on that if it is saving you a lot of HP, which it usually is. It often is doing a lot for you. Yeah, Vambrace is a relic as well that can help you. And yeah, dense cards. I guess another reason why dense cards are going to be good is the what is it? The Tiara relic. What is the name of it? Chat, help me. The Diadem. The Diadem. When you play 2 cards, take half damage from enemies. The thing's kind of broken. So if you can have these dense cards and play 2 cards a turn and full block every turn, it's gonna be good. Glitter Stream's gonna play well with that. Next up is Glow. This card was changed pretty dramatically in the beta because it was way too easy to enable infinite. It used to be draw 2 for 1 energy, gain a star, draw 2 cards. Now it simply draws a card this turn and next turn. It still makes stars. It still upgrades to 2 stars. It still net draws the same amount of cards. You just don't get as much information on the turn you play it. It goes in good tier. It is good. Great tier. It goes in great tier because it is very good. It makes stars and doesn't net cost draw. It'll cycle your deck. In fact, it net costs -1 draw. It digs through your deck because it draws 1 this turn and next turn and only costs 1 draw. And one thing you'll notice about all the other star cards is that they don't draw. All the other cards that make stars do not draw. So being able to add star generation to your deck without bloating your deck with a bunch of cards that do nothing this turn is very useful. So very staple card. Click it in Act 1 and upgrade it. It does sometimes cost the upgrade. It's okay without the upgrade, but great with the upgrade. Serves a very important purpose because it's really the only like outright draw card that you ever even click on the character, or that you can reliably click. Nah, I'm wrong about that. There's one more we'll get to very soon. But yeah, it's good. Glow's great. It makes stars. It's essentially like making stars, and then stars are kind of like energy. So draw an energy on a card together. Yeah, that's a great card. You see why they made it so you don't draw the cards the same turn, so that you can't go infinite with alignment. They probably over nerfed alignment because of that infinite, and that's why alignment's down here and glow's up here. But still, glow's great. Click it very, very often. Staple card in most decks because you want to make stars in most decks. Next card is Guards. Guards. 2 energy. Transform any number of cards in your hand. Any number of cards in your hand in a minion sacrifice. And minion sacrifice is 9 block. Transform any number. Yeah, this card is such a good block, and block is good in card game when you need to block the enemy and not take damage. So this will make so many block cards. Well, you can choose the cards in hand being status cards, curse cards, strikes, defends, bad cards that maybe you've put in your deck that you shouldn't have. Maybe statuses from your crash landing sometimes. That's not that common, but it can show up. Not only that, Arsenal. Boom. Every time you transform a card, Arsenal gives you a strength. Incredible. Block the entire turn while gaining like 5, 6, even more strength, while also blocking a million. Pillars of Creation blocks with this as well. You can super duper Omega block. And then guess what? You can keep those block cards in your deck to redraw next cycle if you don't need to block that turn, or you can just play them. So it's deck thinning. It's good block. It can be scaling with Arsenal. It's simply a great card. Has a lot of utility while also having a lot of output, and that is the commonality of all of these broken tiers. They all have good utility and output consistently. Never really unhappy to draw guards, ever. And then sometimes it gets even better from there. That's why it goes in broken. It's really, 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 really good. Next up, Guiding Star. This card was changed pretty dramatically, buffed pretty dramatically in the beta. It used to be 1 energy, 3 stars, 12 damage, draw 2 next turn. Now you're drawing the cards this turn, which is almost always better. You are spending an energy. They were very careful to make this card not 0 energy and cost like more stars, because then you can like go infinite or something. But it upgrades to draw 3 cards, and that is a big amount of cards to draw on a card that also deals a little bit of damage. So it's relatively easy to click early game, even though it does have that star cost. but it's not as broken crazy as like Astral Pulse, Gamma Blast to spend those stars on, and it does cost the energy. It's a little bit more. So it really can't go like way up there, but like this character wants to have some draw and this does it. And the upgrade to 3 is pretty crazy as well. Doesn't need it, but it appreciates it. I don't know if I can put it in great just because of that steep 2. Why did I think it cost 3 stars? Oh, it only costs 2. Okay. I don't know why I thought it cost 3. Maybe Astral Pulse. Costs 2 stars. But yeah, 2 stars is, you know, too much to be able to play your Falling Star and it in one deck cycle without playing your Venerate first, so it gets a little bit awkward sometimes early on before you have other star sources than just your Venerate, where it kind of forces the Venerate upgrade. Still, he's okay. It draws cards and drawing is useful occasionally. Next up is Heavenly Drill. This might be the worst character to have Heavenly Drill. It is an X cuts card. This is deal 8 damage, upgrade to 10, double X if it is 4 or more. This character is so energy starved. Why they put this card on this character, I don't know. One of the most fun cards in the entire game. Fun card up here in S tier. Boom. Ridiculously fun. You want to say, oh, it's good with Chemex. When are you clicking Chemex on this character? You gotta like click this and then get Chemex. So it's like, you know, you have Stardust on this character and you don't click that card very often either. So like you're not clicking Chemex very often. So it really can't. So it's like, you know, not a great card. It might honestly go down here with time because it's just not enough output for spending your entire turn. Somehow you found a way to get 4 energy on a turn, and then you're spending all of it to do like 80 damage, 120 if they're vuln. It's okay. It's okay sometimes. So I don't think it goes in Do Not Click. If you can hit the 4 energy threshold, it can do something sometimes, which is perfect desperation tier. I don't know where it is in this desperation tier. It's probably down here. Very fun card, but you need to have the right pieces together to make it actually work. And then even if it is working, you're spending so much energy on just damage to one enemy. I've had a lot of success with it on Defect. I got it from Defect from the shaped glass relic. And that was okay. When a character that actually has turbo and charged battery and super critical, you put this on Ironclad with bloodletting. Oh my God, with strength, with bloodletting. Can you imagine this thing on Ironclad? Okay, maybe it's not that good on Silent. It's probably not good on Silent. Silent only got Tactician, and then Necrobinder's got, it's probably bad with Friendship, but like it's also good with Friendship. You've got, Necrobinder's got the one that gives you energy next turn, the outmaneuver type card, and you've got, oh my God. You've got Borrowed Time that makes 6 energy. Oh my God. You've got Domain. You've got Neurosurge. Think of all these cards that Necrobinder has that are going to go so much better with Heavenly Drill. A Transmog. You can transfigure this card, make it play twice. Yeah. Regent's probably the second worst or worst character to have Heavenly Drill on, but it's like a fun card. Whatever. Hegemony card. It's 15 damage, getting 2 energy next turn. 15 damage, 2 energy next turn. This card underperforms consistently. I've seen it placed down in this bottom tier. I don't think it is quite that bad. Oh my God, Hegemony solves all your problems. It does upgrade to 3 energy next turn. But yeah, you don't always know that you're going to draw cards that are going to be good to use the energy on next turn. There just isn't a use case for this card. Maybe it does go down here. I don't know. 15 is not that much damage for 2 energy. That's only 3 more than 2 strikes. And then you do get the energy refunded next turn. I don't know. It's not enough. It just always feels like it's not enough. Not enough damage for 2 energy in this game, at least. I'd rather take block cards and improve my block consistency, and this simply doesn't do that. Yeah, however, consider the Hegemony into Heavenly Drill next turn combo. If the stars align, you're dealing some damage. Maybe a lot of damage. Some damage. Yeah, it's worse than these cards, honestly. Like, it's in one of these spots. It's not good. Put it in the bottom because it gets more clicks. It's more interesting. Say, don't click this card. It's bad. Heirloom Hammer. 20 damage. Choose a colorless card in your hand. Add a copy of this card in your hand. This card is so clunky because of the 2 cost that it's just not amazing. It's hard to get use out of the utility when it costs 2. You're not going to really be able to play the colorless card unless it's like a production or some 0 energy colorless card, which there are fewer of in this game compared to Spire 1. Heirloom Hammer, it's whatever. I think I can put it in Desperate. It does some damage. I would probably take it from Meow because the damage is useful and then it can become better. Of course, it creates a copy. It can be used to trigger your arsenal and your the pillars of creation. And then the most common use is probably to copy your blade, but that's so much energy. You can't really copy the blade and then play it. Like, you'd love to do that. Yeah, copy dive bomb from charge. Oh my god, you could do that. But that's tough. Tough to spend that much energy. The damage is merely respectable, 20. Upgrade to 25. It's not enough. It can play, but it's not going to play that often. Hidden Cache is like your premium, no utility star generation. Gain 1 energy, gain 1 star, gain 3 stars next turn, upgrade to 4 stars next turn. That's a lot of stars in a single card. It like might even be up here. That's a dense card. 4 stars is like a lot for a single energy. I mean, your Venerate upgrades to 3, and this is even better than that. So it's like better than an upgraded version of your starter card. It's solid. It does okay. Yeah, any reason to upgrade this over Venerate? Maybe you're not playing your Venerate. Usually I'll just upgrade the Venerate early and then it'll be upgraded. But the Hidden Cache is really solid. Makes a lot of stars, and then the stars let you play good cards and let you block with Childless Stars. Lets you play your Astral Pulse, lets you play your Gamma Blast, lets you play your Comet, and lets you play your really good cards. It's good. And for a common, you're going to see it early game when you need it. You know, the difference between a run where you find Hidden Cache and don't can feel dramatically different. You know, sometimes you're desperate for stars. You need the stars to play your good cards, and you don't have them. Take a Hidden Cache, and now you don't have that problem nearly as much, even with a single card. Problem with it, if there are any, is that it doesn't do anything this turn, doesn't do much this turn. You only get 1, and then it doesn't block or deal damage or draw or anything else. So it can be a little clunky. Don't take too many copies of this. Maybe try to take this preemptively sometimes. You're usually going to find a good star payoff, but be careful about taking this preemptively before you have a good payoff. I Am Invincible. This is a rare card. It was buffed from 9 block to 10 block, I believe, in the beta branch. It says 10 block at the start of your turn or at the end of your turn. If this is on top of your draw pile, play it. The whole card on top of draw pile thing on this character is not good enough for this to be that consistent. You'll notice Cosmic Indifference is not a card you take all that often to put this card on top. So it can't be like great, but it's block. I don't know. It says block on it. Block is fine. Also funny I Am Invincible things is that it can just randomly play from your draw pile if it just happens to be there. If Frozen Eye were in this game and you could look at your draw pile and see the order, it would probably be better. But yeah, it's just a block card with like no utility. So it really isn't that good. I might honestly put it like lower just because it's a rare card. It might go in Desperate tier because it's a rare card. Like Cloak of Stars and Gatherlight are like as good of a card, but these are commons. You see these very early when you want to be clicking them. This is a rare. You don't really see it that often. The wording for Desperate doesn't really fit, but like it's definitely not as good as these cards, I feel. Luck's a little bit more, but like doesn't give a star or costs energy or something. And yeah, as you can see, like I'm not really picking Glimmer that often, so like it doesn't really play with that. Goat Stream, Glitter Stream is just a better version, kind of. It's a block card. It doesn't block enough for it to not have as much utility as it could, and for a rare card. If it's an uncommon card, I'm clicking it a lot more often because I'm seeing it in the spots where I would click it more often. No, seeing this after Act 1 is over, I'm not gonna click it as much. Next up, Kingly Kick. 4 energy, 27 damage. That's actually a really big number. Easy to underestimate that number. Whenever you draw this card, reduce its cost by 1. It's a card where if the number was bad, it would not be good. Another cool thing is it says 4 energy, but when you draw this card, it reduces. So it's really 3 energy, 27. This card overperforms for me consistently in Act 1. It's kind of great. I don't know. It goes in the good sometimes. It's a solid damage card. It's like Celestial Might. I don't know. It does more damage than Celestial Might, but costs more energy. And then you can redraw it and boom, it costs only 2. And then you can redraw it again and boom, it costs only 1. And it's like so good. It kind of bludge TBA. The worst Miles Davis record. Kind of bludge. Nah, Kind of Blue is a good album. Over-listened, overplayed album, but good album. Listen to more jazz, people. Listen to more jazz. Miles Davis got better albums than that one. 12 better ones. Kingly Kick. Now maybe like 6 or maybe no. How many more albums does Miles Davis have that are better than Kingly Kick? Better than Kind of Blue? I didn't say it. I didn't say the 7 number. Miles Davis got a lot. Kingly Punch. I think Kingly Punch is a decent bit worse than Kingly Kick because it's not as dense. You might say, oh, didn't you say energy is important? But damage is also important. Wait, did Kingly Kick get buffed? It looks like it says 24 on this. So Kingly Kick must have gotten buffed very early and I didn't notice. Yeah, it says 27. That's a big deal. But yeah, Kingly Kick is great at killing enemies, and then it can even be scaling in the boss fights if you draw it a few times. Maybe you can put it on top with a few of the put on top cards, and Glimmer and the other attack that does that. But those cards you don't see that often. So mostly a lot of the time this is just like 27 damage for 3 energy, and it's just okay. It's like a damage common. It's just like whatever. Kingly Punch, easy to misinterpret what this card actually does. It's a 1 energy, deal 8 damage. Whenever you draw this card, increase its damage by 4 this combat. The first time you draw this card, it's going to do 12 damage. And it upgrades to 10, 6. So it upgrades to increase its base damage and its scaling. So that, like, unupgraded, it does 12. Upgraded, it does 16 the first time you draw it. And yeah, Kingly Punch is like significantly worse, I feel, because it's just not as dense of a card and takes longer to do anything useful. So it's really just 12 damage for 1 energy, and that's just not enough to be clicked. So it's like bottom of here or like top of here. I think it's a good deal worse than Kingly Kick. I value the density of the card a lot, because if I have a turn and I want to deal damage and I draw this, I'm not doing that much damage. But if I draw this Kingly Kick on a turn where the enemy's not attacking, I'm doing a whole lot of damage. And I really like that. Dislike Kingly Kick because it's just a power scaled Rampage. Yeah, this is so much better than Rampage Unclad. Rampage starts at 9 and then buffs itself by 5 each time. This thing starts at a higher number and then scales easier. Like, you just draw it. Yeah. It's just not. Yeah. It's just not as good as Kick. It's okay. Kingly Punch is okay. Next up, Knockout Blow. 3 energy. 30 damage if this kills an enemy. Gain 6 stars. Why is this card so bad? And why does it feel so bad? It's bad. I'm never taken this one, never used it. Is it good? No. You are not Sunder. You are not Bludgeon. This would be good on Ironclad if Ironclad had a star use. You know, like I picked Bludgeon on Ironclad and I'm happy about it. But this is not good. It's not good. Why is it not good? Because you spend your entire turn doing 30 damage. But I just said Kingly Kick. Deals 27 for 3 energy. But this thing can cost 2 energy and then 1 energy and then 0 energy. And Knockout Blow doesn't do that. So Knockout Blow doesn't even give you enough upside if you do manage to get its situation. Yeah, don't put this card in your deck. You're correct that if you generate this card from Discovery or Splash, boom, 30 damage for 0 energy. I don't know, then it can be okay. It's also so inconsistent because like you're only getting value out of this in multi-enemy fights. So like you're building your deck around using stars, and then this is going to give you stars, and like it's only going to give you stars in the AoE fights. So how are you building your deck to get real value out of this card? You're not going to build a deck, because then the deck is going to be bad. If you have too many star cost cards and not enough generation, your deck is going to be bad. So this card is good in terrible decks. So maybe if you build awful decks that have like 20 star cost cards and then this thing, then you'll be a little bit stronger in AoE fights. A little bit, almost, kind of, sometimes, if you get the best draw order. Yeah, don't click this card. Know Thy Place. This is a common. This card is great. 0 energy. It costs no energy. Apply 1 weak, apply 1 vulnerable. Exhaust, upgrade to non-exhaust. This card is 0 energy. It's amazing. It's so good. It's so good. It's free. It costs no energy, improves your damage on the card. You take less damage. That's what you're trying to do in Slay the Spire game. You can easily take multiple copies of this card. You can easily upgrade it if you think your deck is going to cycle. Hot take, broken Know Thy Place. I wouldn't fault you. I wouldn't fault you. It just maybe not a dense enough card to put in the truly broken card. If it upgraded to like 2 weak, it would be in broken. But yeah, pretty much. Is there a single card that applies weak and vuln in this game that isn't like A or S tier? No, they're all ridiculously good. You know, Putrefy on Necrobinder, one of the best cards in the game, one of the best cards in the character. Uppercut isn't even the greatest weak vuln card, and Ironclad, you know, treasures that like anything. It's your only weak source on that character. You need this, you know. And, you know, this character has other weak vuln, but still, you know, it can help you to make sure that the enemy is weak and vuln longer after playing your base card, Falling Star. It's good. It's good. Helps you deal damage, helps you block. And that's what cards are supposed to do. That's why you pick cards. Makes it quite good. Lunar Blast, fun card. 0 energy, deal 4 damage for each skill already played this turn. Upgrades to 5 damage. Not a great upgrade. Card kinda, I find, is underwhelming a lot of the time. Doesn't do as much as you'd ever hope. Your brain is like, ooh, this thing's gonna hit like 20 times and it's gonna be so fun. And sometimes it is, but I find it to be inconsistent. So it cannot go, it might be the bottom of here. Hit 3 times. It's gonna hit like 3 times sometimes. And that's okay. 3 times is like okay. You play 3 defense and then boom, you did 3 damage. 3 times hit for 4 damage. Gonna be amazing with enchants. Gonna be amazing with, if you can upgrade it with the miniature cannon and make it do 8 damage per hit, something like that. Maybe you've got a really consistent weird way of making vigor or something. Definitely had it pop off sometimes, but too inconsistently for it to really, really go crazy. Better on Necrobinder. Yeah, better on some other characters. Probably better on Silent and Necrobinder, and maybe even Defect. I mean, Defect already kind of has this card. It's called Helix Drill, and it's better. But yeah, it's a victim of being on this character who kind of plays chunky block cards often and skills. It's just okay on this character. Next up is Make It So. Make It So is deceiving until you actually realize what it does. It's 0 energy, 6 damage. Every 3 skills you play in a turn, put this into your hand. From where, you ask? Where? From where does it go into your hand from? From anywhere. From your discard pile. From your draw pile. From your exhaust pile even. The only place it does not come back from is if you have transformed it with charge, guards, be gone. Fun thing you can do is, yeah, you can play it in the door phase where it exhausts, and it doesn't matter. It'll just come right back. The door underestimates you. I will make it so and destroy them. So this is a great card because it essentially doesn't cost a draw. This is kind of like, why can't I remember the card? Why can't I remember the card? Oh my god. My brain. Whenever you play 3 skills, deal 5 AoE. It's a relic. My brain. It's letter opener. I've only played 9,000 hours of Spire 1. I've only played 9,000 hours of Spire 1. Why can't I remember? But yeah, this is like letter opener in a card almost. It's not AoE, but it's very good. And it's a very free click. So it cannot go below the second tier of being great. It's good. It simply just isn't that much output. So you might pick some different cards over it, but like it's good. It goes in this tier somewhere. Like, I don't know, maybe here. Yeah, between the AoE cards. Sure, I don't know. I'll put it there. But it's really good with can you imagine this with the every time you play this card, it increases its damage by 5. It's amazing. Also plays well with Bing Bong. You get 2 of them. Plays well with Dupe Your Deck. Duplicate your deck. Pretty crazy. It's really cool to have a card that kind of plays like a relic, I think. I like the card. Good with strength. Good arsenal payoff card as well. Manifest Authority. This card, I saw it. I'm like, this isn't that good. And then I clicked it, and then I upgraded it, and I'm like, this is amazing. This is a tier above the other common blocks. This card is amazing. This card is like Bundle of Joy or something. It's easier to click early than Bundle of Joy even. It's actually just great. Like, I don't know. The upgrade, it upgrades to gain only 1 extra block, but it upgrades the colorless card. And that is a big deal because upgraded cards are so much better on average than unupgraded cards. And that just makes this card so much more consistent. And then it generates a card. And what does generating a card do? It can give you a strength, all that stuff. It goes in that pillar kind of deck, and it can be sometimes your 1 card boss solution if like you don't have an answer to the boss. You'll generate a rolling boulder and win the boss. You'll generate some other weird scaling. Just fun. Can you farm Hand of Greed with it? No. You can't generate Hand of Greed in this game. Somehow they missed it in Spire 1 for like 6 years. They didn't miss it in Spire 2. You cannot generate Hand of Greed with this. During the non-beta patch, you could generate Hidden Gem, and then Hidden Gem could hit your royalties and make infinite gold, but they changed how Hidden Gem works, so you can't do that. It also can't generate Alchemize, unfortunately. No, fortunately, other than you would stall every fight for Alchemize. But yeah, Manifest Authority, block cards are good to have on this character. This blocks. The block can be improved with pillars, and the scaling can be even further improved with Arsenal. So I like it. Meteor Shower. This card you get as an upgrade to your starter card, and it says deal 14 damage to all enemies instead of 8. And it's to all enemies, and then apply 2 weak and vulnerable to all enemies. Upgrade to 21. If this card weren't a boss relic, it is the best card on the character, but it is a boss relic. Yeah, so it goes here. So it's only kind of broken, but you're taking this instead of a boss relic, so it can't, I don't think I can put it in the top tier, but it is so good, and the upgrade is also really good. I might be wrong. Maybe I have to play with this card more to be sure of it, to put it in the top tier, but as a boss relic, I don't know if I can put it in the top tier, but it's just so much output for only 2 stars. It's just so much. Like, And it's better than getting Tez again. Yeah, it's probably better than any Tez blessing you can possibly get. Okay, maybe it's not better than the flame, the brightest flame sometimes, but the card is great. Wait, is that a cultist in the card art? Love it. Love it. Yeah, I want to click this card more because I don't see it often enough. Fun card. Monarch's Gaze. Ew, 3 energy. Poopy 3 energy. Poopy. This is desperation. I don't think that this is truly do not click. I think if you can't block the queen, you can't block the test subject phase 2, and you can't block like some things late game, and you can upgrade it, or you have some like crazy energy or something. You're like Snecko for some reason. No, you don't take Snecko on this character. I don't know. You need to upgrade it, and then it's like mediocre. I don't know. You do need Bolus, and this character doesn't even do multi-hits all that often. You put this thing on silent. Oh my god. Silent Shiv deck with this thing. Oh my. GG. You know, nothing can ever hit you. But it's on Regent, unfortunately. So it is weaker than it would be on other characters. And it's not even that crazy anyway. Okay, it might be terrible on Necrobinder as well. On a lot of Necrobinder. Yeah. Have I had many Snecko runs? No. I've had like 1 or 2 Necrobinders Necro runs. And it's very strong on Necro sometimes. But not often. You just don't see throw that often, and it's a little worse in this game. At least on Regent, it's like unpickable. And on Silent, it's as unpickable as ever, probably. And it's a little worse on Ironclad, I feel, than it used to be without corruption. Maybe a lot worse on Ironclad without corruption. But yeah, Monarch's Gaze costs too much, but I've seen it lower. Now, Furnace is better. Furnace is better than these cards. I'm going to click it more often. But yeah, I'm going to click Monarch's Gaze occasionally, rarely, in Act 3, if I can upgrade it. And I'm bad at blocking the endgame fights. So I have to say a lot of things. Maybe it goes in the do not click then. I can see use for it. I'm sorry. I like the card. It just costs too much. Monologue. Whenever you play a card this turn, gain 1 strength this turn. What is this card? It upgrades to retain. What's the point of that upgrade either? What is this card supposed to do? This is not the card spam. This is old Blade of Ink, but a better, but on a worse character. It's bad. It does cost 0 energy, but it doesn't like do anything. No, you know, like Flex on Ironclad Inspire 1, like this is that, but worse. it's not as good. It's bad. It's probably fun if you get this into your Lunar Blast or something. I don't know. It's bad. Doesn't give you enough strength and only gives it to you this turn, and you can't have like Artifact in this game to play a bunch of strength and then Artifact away the temporary strength. It's bad. Neutron Aegis. Oh yeah, we're going crazy with broken cards. Yeah, Neutron Aegis. If you thought the cards couldn't even get worse, they get worse from here. 1 energy, 5 stars. Yeah, this is a card you make from a power pot and play it. Otherwise, you're not clicking this card. Oh my god. Maybe you have the throne. Even then, it's so many stars that you might outpace the stars that you want to spend. You want to still spend your stars on good cards. And with the throne, you're gonna just like click every good star cost card, and this one's not good. So like, I don't know, man. It's not enough. Its age is not even that much. Do you know what Ironclads does? Let me bring up Ironclad's plating card. Look at this. I upgrade it and it makes 6 plating. And this doesn't cost 5 stars. I simply play this card. This card is good, at least with the upgrade. This card is okay. Neutron Aegis is not okay. It's bad. 5 stars. If it didn't cost 5 stars, sure. It cost like 2, maybe 3. I can click it. I don't know. It's 5 is way too many. Maybe you got Void Form. I don't know. How are you playing it? You're not. Next, Orbit. 1 energy, every 4 stars you spend, gain an energy. Or every 4 energy you spend, gain 1 energy. This is a great card. Amazing card. Best energy generator on the character, I would say. With the upgrade. You need to upgrade this card because think about the deck that needs Orbit. A deck that needs Orbit needs energy. And yeah, it costs 2 energy. So you got to upgrade this card. But a lot of cards, I'll say, are bad if I need the upgrade. But this card is so good that it's worth taking it and upgrading it. And taking a 3rd copy and a 2nd copy and a 4th copy. And then you have infinite energy. That's fun. But yeah, definitely very, very good. It might even just be like here, honestly. It is the energy generator on the character. It's kind of all you got. I'll take it if I can have an inkling of a thought about upgrading it. I'm going to click it. It's gonna help your energy work out. Like you're going to want this card later in the run. Almost 100% of the time. You need it. Next up is Pale Blue Dot. 1 energy. If you play 5 or more cards in a turn, draw 1 card at the start of your next turn. Upgrade to 2 cards. This card needs an upgrade to do anything worthwhile. And then even then, playing 5 or more cards in a turn is a little bit difficult to do, honestly. So even though the effect is quite strong with the upgrade, it's not quite enough for me to take it without thinking. So maybe top of desperate, bottom of good sometimes. Because it needs an upgrade and situational, it's too much. Think about like machine learning on Defect, that you just play it and it does its thing. This card's going to need a lot of other support to actually do anything, and the upgrade. It needs the upgrade. Yeah, it's a little bit of a win more problem. It's usually going to be good in decks that are already good. Good with Pocket Watch, you know. Pocket Watch, you either play 3 cards or fewer and draw 3 cards next turn, or you play 5 cards or more and draw 2 cards next turn. But yeah, better on Silent, better on Necrobinder probably, better on Defect. It would be better on the other characters. Yeah, what if it's all you got? That's why it goes in Desperate, I think. It's fine. All Regent cards better on Silent. Yeah, Arsenal. Oh my god. Arsenal on Silent. You play Blade Dance, boom, 3 strength. Oh my god. Oh my. Next up is the most buffed card in the world, Parry. 1 energy whenever you play the Blade. You gain 10 block, upgrade to 14. That's a big number. I don't think I've had the opportunity yet, despite all my playtime, to really play with a Parry in my deck after it's been buffed, but it's fine. It's fine now. The main problem with it is that you're not playing the Blade all that often in a lot of decks, but even if you're playing it a single time, 1 energy block 10 is pretty good. It's fine. I think the Blade is okay, and being able to block on the turn you play the Blade, it makes it a lot easier to play it if you're not killing the enemy, and that's useful. So it goes in good sometimes. I don't know. It's like better than I am invincible. The number is big. You know, next patch, it's going to say 12, I'm sure. And the patch after that, it's going to say 14. Then it's going to go up here. You know, each patch, it goes up a tier. Look at the tier list. It says 6 block. It does almost double what it used to do. Yeah, that's a big deal. It's like, that's a lot. 10 is a big number. I like that they did that rather than just making it like 0 cost or something weird like that. Makes the Blade feel hefty. It might go in Desperate, honestly. I don't know. Particle Wall. One of your premium star block cards. 9 block, 0 star, 0 energy, 2 stars. Return this card to your hand. So this is like kind of an X cost card in a way. Broken? Nah. It's like Child of the Stars-ish. And then it has synergy with it. Oh, it's a great card. It's a great card. Don't think the cards at the top of great tier are not great, because they are great. They are great cards. Very close, but you know, blocking is important, and this is nice. But this one has a premium problem, is that you have to draw it. And if you draw it on the wrong turn, like, ew, annoying. Yeah, it's not really a problem with the card. The card is good. You can put Retain on it, which is pretty crazy, and then it'll stay in your hand forever. So this is a premium option for Royal Stamp. It'll be in your hand on turn 1, and it'll be on your hand for every turn after that forever. Unless, for some reason, you play it in the Doormaker fight, because for some reason it exhausts that. I don't know. I guess the Knights fight, it'll be ethereal as well and exhaust. But it's very good. It lets you convert stars directly into block, and that's good. And it lets you convert only the amount of stars that you need to, instead of just being a raw X cost card, which I very much appreciate. It's good with Make It So. Yeah, you can play this card a lot, and Make It So will come back. It's good with Lunar Blast. Make Lunar Blast go crazy. But yeah, the Particle Wall, it is just fine in the great tier. Patter got significantly buffed in the beta. Okay, it was not significant. It used to be 8 block 2 vigor, got buffed to 9 block 2 vigor. I feel like that's a decent bit. It's like worse than these utility guys. I would say a little bit. It's just a block card. It's like a leap on Defect, but it does a little bit more. I'll pick it on 4-1 over nothing. I think that's how I play right now, as I pick this card sometimes. It does okay with the multi-hits that you sometimes have. Celestial Might, Lunar Blast, and Radiate maybe sometimes. It's just Vigor. Yeah, the archetype that it goes into, the Vigor and the multi-hit, is not often going to be something you're doing, but it blocks okay, so it gets away with it. That's all. Photon Cut. The most card in need of an upgrade in the entire game. 1 energy, deal 10 damage, draw 1 card, put a card from your hand on the top of your draw pile. Upgrade to draw 2 and a 3 damage upgrade. That is a crazy upgrade. So yeah, without an upgrade, this card is draw negative. You're drawing a card, putting it on top, and then it costs a draw on itself, and it only does 10 damage. This card needs the upgrade, which makes it significantly less good than it would otherwise be. So it only goes in like good sometimes. It needs the upgrade. It's good when you can put the upgrade on it, and you can't always put the upgrade on it. It doesn't do so much damage that you're like, oh, this is so much damage, I get to do this no matter what. It's just okay amount of damage. Does have fun stuff you can do with like Kingly Kick, Kingly Punch, and like, I guess I am invincible right next to it, I suppose. But it really needs that upgrade. It gives you more options, makes it so it's not draw negative when you play it. Like, needs that upgrade. It's hungry. Pillar of Creation. This is the best block card on the character. Hot take. I think Orbit might honestly go down a little bit. Pillar of Creation. When you make a card, it gains 3 block. Should it go in Broken Tier? Maybe not. It should probably just go here. But I'm going to put it in Broken Tier because I like to do that, and I love this card so much. Whenever you create a card, gain 3 block, all the card creation cards are good. And this makes them better. And it is a power. And block powers are so good in this game. Why? Because powers are consistent. You play the card, and now your deck can block better. Permanently. In this game, not that many fights punish you for playing the power early. A lot of them you can get the power in play and then block the harder turns more easily. There's only a few fights that do punish it, so you can pretty easily click a card like this. And then yeah, it does so cool niche interactions with like potions. You can get block from potions. That's fun. You can play Bundle of Joy. Yeah, as Blur calls it, power swap game. Pick a bunch of powers in this game and you'll do okay as long as you can block at the same time. Block in, play your powers. That's what this game is all about, I think. It's a good macro strategy for this game currently. Until they add the heart and the architect. That should be fun when they add those. But yeah, this thing upgrades to 4 block. Can even be a good upgrade. Can be very, very consistent. It's just a power. You put it in play and now you block better for the whole fight. Sometimes block 1,000,000 with guards, block 1,000,000 with crash landing, you know. Now all of your transform, guards, begone, and charge, you've noticed are very high up in the tier list. These cards are in your deck very often. Pillars makes them block at the same time. That's crazy. That's crazy. Pillars is great. You always fail to block Architect. Probably should learn to play the game better then. Prophesize, the aura farming card. I love the aura of this card and how little text is on it and how funny it is and how not as good as it should be. It is. Prophesize 2 energy, draw 6 cards, upgrade to 9. The max hand size in this game is 10, and it draws 9 cards. So this is a 2 energy Scrawl. And I even find Scrawl to be less good in this game than it is in Spire 1 because it doesn't upgrade to 0 energy. You know, card draw is very, 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 very good in card game, but this thing costs too much. It is, as you have said, okay with Void Form. That is when you click this card. Otherwise, you don't really click this card. You need Void Form or multiple orbits. That's it. It's not as good as you'd hope. Sadly, it's desperate. Sometimes it's good. Don't click it often, but I don't know. Yeah, it's when you got 4 orbits in play, duh. When you got Corruption, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, characters too energy starved to click a card like this too often. I guess the use case for this probably intended is like, oh, you draw into all your cards that cost stars, but not energy, and then you play those. I like it though. I like the flavor of this card. I love cards that have little text and do a lot. Like Reap and Bury on Necrobinder. They're fun cards. Next up is Quasar. 0 energy, 2 stars. Choose one of 3 random colorless cards to add into your hand. Upgrade to make the colorless card upgraded. This card is so much better than I thought it was at first. Like free scaling. It's not free. I think it's great. I think this card is great. Making colorless cards is really solid. And then it has synergy with all the good stuff that is in the game, like Pillars and Arsenal. I love this card. It's fun. I think it's the bottom of this tier reasonably. Yeah. Next up is Radiate. 0 energy, deal 3 damage to all enemies for each star gained this turn. This will count your starter relic on turn 1. So it will hit 3 times on turn 1, which makes it very useful. Or 6 times if you have the upgraded, I guess. It will work with Genesis that activates at the start of your turn. There's also that Lunar Pastry relic that is at the start. No, that's at the end of your turn. No, Lunar Pastry's at the end of your turn. You gain a star, I think. So it won't work at that. It works really well, particularly with Hidden Cache. And of course, it is a multi-hit. It's going to work well if you have Strength. It's going to work well if you can play a lot of stars, can make a lot of stars. So you've got like Glow, you've got Convergence. It's going to play well with Convergence Plus because you might draw it on a weird turn and then you're going to be able to hold it. So it does play well with a lot of the good cards on the character, but it's still a little bit too inconsistent to place it too highly, because often I'll pick this card and then suddenly, oh, wait, it's not doing anything. It's like hitting for like 6 damage, which I guess 6 AoE for 0 energy is like not that good or not that bad. and suddenly it's dead draw, but it can really pop off with like crazy vigor stuff. It can pop off with crazy star generation stuff if you've somehow got it. So it's got a spot. It's in the good sometimes. I think it's better than Lunar Blast. It can do a job. Okay. It is AoE instead, but yeah, it's like, it's a real 50-50 card. Either you've got the strength and the dex, or the strength and the hits, or you don't. If you don't have anything, it does nothing, but if you get the strength and the hits, they multiply times each other and make it an actual like great card. And of course, like any multi-hit, it's going to go great with enchantments. So if you magically can get it enchanted, it's going to be great. Or if you have mini cannon and then upgrade it. It only upgrades 1, and then if you have mini cannon, it'll upgrade to 7, and that's like pretty great. Next up, Refined Blade. This card's been buffed dramatically. What does it say? 6 here, and it's been upgraded to 9. Next turn, gain an energy. This card is like Carnage from Spire 1. It's a very solid starter Forge card, which is exactly what they want the Forge commons to be. They want you to be cards that you can click early in a run, and then maybe, oh, you lean into the blade a little bit more. Maybe you don't. Either way, it's going to do okay. This card is like 19 damage for 2 energy, which is just okay. And then it can become better with the blade, with other blade stuff later. It is fine. It is like quite good now, actually. I think it goes very similar to Celestial Might in terms of power level. It's just fine. It's a fine damage common to click early game. Yeah, best Forge card other than Smith and Bulwark. The Smith, sorry. The Smith. Not just any Smith. Yeah. I mean, Rotten, Beaten to Shape is probably better a lot of the time, but Beaten to Shape is also a rare card, so like, I don't know. I don't click this card. I don't click this card often because it's a rare. That's what I'm trying to say. I will click it sometimes, but it's a rare, so you just don't get the opportunity. Also, I put this in the tier list so early, it's probably in a different spot now. It's definitely not the top of this tier. Like, I don't know. It's a fine card, yeah. I don't know. Beaten to Shape is like not that great. It goes here. Reflect. Oh my god. Why does it say 17 block on it? 1 energy, 3 stars, 17 blocked attack damage is reflected to your attacker this turn? Why does it do both of those things? Why does it do all of those things? Yeah, this is your second premium block card on the character. It's Bulwark. Like, I don't know. It's broken. Why does it block so much? It blocks so much. It says 1 energy, 3 stars, don't take damage this turn. And then deal a bunch of damage back to the enemy. That's crazy. Yeah, the effect is too strong for me to not click this card like on site if I can play it. And if I can't play it, then I'll take it and then preemptively for future star cost cards. I don't know. I actually think it's a good deal weaker than these other block cards because of the conditional aspect of it. I might actually... Hot take! Oh my god! Reflect is only great. This is my hot take. This is my second hot take. It's Particle Wall. This is Particle Wall. I genuinely do believe that it's not like quite as good as some of this stuff. Put it back? No, I'm not gonna. It just costs too many stars for it to be way up there, but it doesn't cost way too many stars, you know. 1 energy, 3 stars for that instead of this. 1 energy, 5 stars for 8 plating. You know, this is better than that. It has a downside, right? The other stuff doesn't really. It does upgrade to 21. It doesn't cost 7 stars. That's true. 3 is less than 7. We learned so much. Oh my god, I love that these cards are next to each other. So how much does this cost? One star, one energy, and 3 stars. This card also costs 1 energy and 3 stars. This card full blocks. This card makes you take 1 less damage and gives you 2 strength if you upgrade it. Oh my god. Resonance. Yeah, it's bad. It's just not a dense card and costs so much. It costs so much to do so little. It blocks 8 on the B guy. Oh my god. It blocks for 5 in the Gardeners. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Better in multiplayer. You're right. I don't play multiplayer, and this tier list is for single player, but you're absolutely right. That's a good thing to consider if you play a lot of multiplayer. It is not better than Aegis. Who cares is my response. But yeah, is it not better than Aegis? It's not. Maybe. Royal Gamba. 0 energy, 5 stars, gain 9 stars. So this is 0 energy, gain 4 stars if you have 5 stars already. Used to just like click this card willy-nilly, and then I had bad draw orders every single fight. I'm like, oh, I can't play this card a lot. Does upgrade to retain, and that makes it a lot easier and consistent, but that costs an upgrade. That's a lot. Yeah, this is the card that you want with Radiate. Absolutely. Maybe I even put it next to it, but it's because it's definitely in this tier good sometimes. I think it does benefit a lot from the upgrade. Maybe it benefits also from having the Runic Pyramid Relic. I wonder which cards in this character benefit from the Runic Pyramid Relic. How many cards do you think benefit from Runic Pyramid on this character? Interesting. That's right, all of them. Every single one of them. This character loves Pyramid. Not Particle Wall. Particle Wall is crazy with Pyramid. Yeah, which cards do not benefit from Pyramid? There's very few. There's very few in this game. There's even fewer than Inspire 1. You don't even have like power through. Like, there's very few cards that are not broken with Pyramid. But yeah, 9 stars, back to Royal Gamble. 5, gain 9 stars, so plus 4 stars. That's a lot of stars for no energy cost. That's as much as Hidden Cash, but it doesn't cost any energy. But the condition is a little bit too much. And the condition that you need stars is that you don't have stars. And this thing needs stars. So the condition is a little bit tough to come by sometimes. Because if you draw, if you have this deck and you're kind of relying on it, and you draw early cards that cost stars, you're kind of forced to not play them. Like you draw your Falling Star before your Royal Gamble, before your Venerate, you're kind of forced to just not play this because you got to draw your Venerate. And then what if you draw your Royal Gamble before Venerate? Now you got a curse in your deck, and that's bad. Simply shrimp it. That's a good suggestion. It does make this card better to take in Act 1 because you can shrimp it. And then it's like, boom, I have 1,000,000 stars every fight. Yeah, I think it's a well-designed card. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Love the shrimp. Love it. We'll put it next to Radiate for fun. I don't know. I probably should go next to Decisions because it's like good, but it costs so much. And it does kind of the same thing, honestly. Nah, it's not as good as Decisions. If I can play Decisions, I'd rather play that than Royal Gamble. It can go here. Next up is Royal Teased. At the end of combat, gain 30 gold for 1 energy. You cannot make infinite gold with this card anymore, unfortunately. You can't wait for 30 minutes for this card to be played 1,000 times, sadly. That was fun. Now it simply gives you 30 gold, which is, by the way, a lot of gold. If I can handle clicking this, I click it. On Watcher Inspire 1, occasionally, I would click Wish to get 25 for 3 energy. And this thing only costs 1. Yeah, in the past, you could hidden gem this card infinitely. You could hidden gem a hidden gem and just make a bunch of hidden gems and stack them. And then infinitely hidden gem this card 1,000 times. And then it would play itself 1,000 times. Make infinite gold with this thing. But yeah, it's like a hand grenade you don't have to line up. Only costs 1 energy. Doesn't do any damage, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It'll essentially pay for a removal of a strike that essentially makes it not really cost the draw that it does cost. And then probably give you more than that. 2 hidden gem, you don't need 2 hidden gems. You can generate hidden gems from any card that generates colorless cards. Quasar can generate it from Spectrum Shift. And yeah, you can still hidden gem it, but hidden gem now says it only applies replay to a card that doesn't already have replay. So you can still get this card. You can still stall for this card. You can still take this card and stall for a single hidden gem and then hidden gem this thing and replay this thing 3 times and get a lot of gold. That honestly, as the meta develops on this character, maybe that will happen more often. But I don't think this character is the greatest at stalling fights that often, so it is probably tough. There's like maybe more fights that scale on this game than Inspire 1, so it might be a little tough to do in a lot of fights. Probably only going to happen in like the Bull Bug. Yeah, that just does 16 every other turn if you can block him. Something like that. Maybe you can stall. Maybe the Bull Bug that just does 8 every turn and blocks 8 every turn. Like, maybe you can. Wait, you can't get Hidden Gem from colorless generators now. They removed it from the pool like Alchemize. Okay, that's good. I didn't know. I was not aware of that. Did they remove Nightmare as well? I think they might have. That's good. So you need to have Hidden Gem and this card to do that, if you're correct. That's good to know. Next up, Seeking Edge. Forge 7, Sovereign Blade now deals damage to all enemies. Makes their blade AoE. Very fun, but the problem with this card is that it's a rare and you don't see it early enough, often enough for it to be like a crazy good card. You kind of need this card before you walk into Act 2. And sometimes you see it after Act 1 and you've got an okay blade going and like, it's okay. Because if you don't have any blade going, this is like 3 energy, 17 AoE. And that's just not incredible. That's like a stomp on Ironclad, except you're just ripping it. Or like a whirlwind for 3 energy unupgraded with no strength or no energy generation. Like it's not that much damage on its own. Yeah, if you got a Bulwark in your deck, which you often do, if you've seen a Bulwark, you clicked it most likely. This thing can play in the AoE fights. It's fine. Yeah, good in Decimillipede. It's just a victim of being a rare card. That's all. It's fine. Good sometimes. You can go above parry. You're a Forge card and you're solid. And it doesn't do literally nothing in single target fights because it forges 7, but 7 is just not that much. And what's the upgrade on this guy? 11, just 4 more Forge. That's just fine. Next up, 7 stars. This card costs 2 energy and 7 stars to deal 7 damage to all enemies 7 times. This card has a serious problem, and that problem is the cost. And then it also has another problem, and that other problem is the cost. It costs 2 energy and 7 stars. That is impossible to happen unless you have Void Form. So this is like a void form exclusive card, more or less. Maybe you can think about it if you have the throne. Maybe. And it's upgraded. That's like a 1 in a million situation. I think I'm going to put this in Do Not Click. Genuinely. It's a card that you get generated from potions. Get this from Splash on another character. Oh my god. I'm doing 49 AoE for free. Oh my god. Yeah, that's like so much. It's so much cost. It's too much cost. The flavor is wonderful. The number 7 being in the card 3 different times. I like it. Unfortunately, it's not good. Because it's just a curse. You put this in your card in your deck and you can't play it. And if you can't play a card, that's bad. Next up, Shining Strike. 1 energy, 8 damage, gain 2 stars, put it on top of your draw pile, upgrade to just 11 damage, does not upgrade the star gain. This card is fine if you're desperate for stars. I think I'm going to put it like top of desperate. I don't love it. It's not that much damage. It's really like no damage. It's like a second in your deck, and then it also puts itself on top. I don't know. It's not great. But the star gain is very useful. You're losing a draw every single time. It puts it on top of your draw pile. That's a little bit brutal. Yeah, poisons your draw. You know, a lot of times you only want to play this card one time, but then it goes on top of your draw pile. And then it's like, oh, I don't want to play this card, so it just costs an extra draw. So it's really clunky. You won't draw through your deck the way that you want to. Good with the minion transform. Yeah, play this card and then charge it immediately. There you go. But yeah, it's a pick on floor 1. And like I said, desperate cards on floor 1 through 3, you know, you're desperate. So that's when you click it. That's one of the situations when you're desperate. Your deck is terrible. You put mediocre cards in your deck sometimes. Next up is Solar Strike. This is the same card, but it's a common. This card needs the upgrade to do anything reasonable. It is 9 damage, 1 star. Upgrade to 2 stars, 10 damage. So in order for this to really, like, you know, help your star generation, it really needs the upgrade, considering that its utility is very low. You might compare it to this Gatherlight card, but block is just so much more valuable than damage that even though the Gatherlight doesn't upgrade to 2 stars, this card is attack is so much worse than the Gatherlight. But the upgrade is good. If you can afford this upgrade, it's okay. You know, you suddenly have like a second Venerate, but then it also helps you deal a little damage. It's okay value. Solar Strike. It's desperate. I think it's better than Shining Strike. I might consider taking it on turn 1. If I got Crucible, oh my god, click this. Yeah, Crucible would be the time to click this, I suppose. Next up, Spectrum Shift. My opinion has gone crazy on this card. It has shifted upwards. 2 energy, upgrade to 1 energy. At the start of your turn, add 1 random colorless card into your hand. This is like the greatest scaling card in the entire game. You got to make it green, and that's a big problem, or a problem. You sometimes have upgrades to spare. If you have an upgrade to spare or a lot of energy, like a Mummified Hand or something, it's great. I think it goes in great tier. I think it's like Bundle of Joy tier, maybe better. The energy is the problem, but it goes well with good cards like Pillar and Arsenal. And then it does more than just that. It makes a colorless card every turn, and those are good. Mostly, they're very good. So it's like a one card boss solution. It doesn't even need synergy with your deck to be solid. So it is like one of the signposts to lean into card generation. You can pick this card and then pick all the other card generation stuff, and then it's fun. Yeah, it's better than Magnetism Inspire 1, and also doesn't incentivize stalling like Magnetism did. I like this card. Spoils of Battle, 1 energy. This card is very reworked in the new patch now. It's now 1 energy, forge only 5, but it draws 2 cards. This card just doesn't have a place is the problem. It used to just forge a ton. And like, I appreciate that it's now differentiated from the other forge card, the Refined Blade. But at the same time, it just doesn't really have a place. It's the same issue that like Prophesize has of just costing too much energy for what it does. And the forge number isn't big enough now. And draw 2 is just okay. Like, I'm paying 1 energy to draw 1 deeper into my deck that I would otherwise. And like only do 5 extra damage with my blade. What's the upgrade? I think it's 8. Yeah, it's 8. It's just not quite enough. You know, you got to have a lot of energy. So this is definitely a desperate tier card. It's like Glimmer. Might even be better than Glimmer, honestly. I know, it's weird to say. You say, oh, it has draw 2. It cannot be that bad. Yes, if the effect isn't that good. You know, Backflip has draw 2 and block 5, and that card's broken. This has draw 2 and just forge 5, which is just damage. That's not as broken. Yeah, it just, there's no like value. Like, why do you want to draw when you're playing your forge card? You want to block when you're playing your forge card. That's why Bulwark's up here. You don't want to draw at the same time. It's like you're drawing to just draw, and then what are you getting out of it? Nothing that is valuable on the turn that you're doing it. Because if you're drawing and then you're playing the blade, there's your 3 energy, and then what was the point of drawing? It's just too energy hungry of a card, and the character doesn't have that much energy all the time, and it doesn't draw enough. If it drew 3 cards, I don't know, maybe. But upgraded to draw 3, maybe. I don't know, something like that. And drawing a Bulwark, crazy. Stardust, ew. I don't like this card. People tell me this card's great a lot. 0 energy, X cost stars. You'll 5 damage to a random enemy X times. It's kind of a bait card or something. When you make stars, you want to spend them to do good things, and this is 5 damage for 1 star is not good. It's not a good thing. Cool with Sealed Throne. You say that. When you pick the Sealed Throne, you want to pick cards that are good, and you don't have infinite stars. You just have a lot of stars with Sealed Throne. You don't want to spend your stars on things that are bad. You want to spend your stars on things that are good, and this is not good. This is a bad card. I'm putting it way down here. It's bad. Hot take, it's going here. This card is terrible. 5 per star is just not enough. It's so terrible. It's like Crescent Spear, you know? The output you're getting per star is just not enough. It's like Devastate. It's like Crescent Spear. You know, if I spend 4 stars on Devastate, at least I'm doing damage. If I spend 4 stars on this, I'm doing 20 damage to a random enemies. I guess it's got the multi-hit value of like vigor and strength and stuff, but like, come on. Yeah, it can go with 7 stars. It's like the same card. It costs too much stars and isn't good. You don't get enough. It's Strike. Strike's the next card. Wow. What do you think Strike is on the Regent? Do you think this card is good? Next, Summon Forth. 1 energy, Forge 8, put some blade into your hand from anywhere. This is going to be like your premium blade card if your deck is kind of large. It really helps to be able to play your blade multiple times. And it forges 8, which is a reasonable amount to do for 1 energy. I kind of like that. So if your deck is having trouble redrawing into the blade, this is going to help. And it also has some pretty fun interactions with if your blade is exhausted, this will bring the blade back from the exhaust pile. So maybe you think, oh, I'm very reliant on my blade and I'm going to struggle in the Doormaker. If I play the blade, it's going to exhaust. Boom, this brings it back. And that's really good. And not only will it bring it back, it'll forge before it brings it back. So it'll make a new blade. So you'll make a new blade starting at 18 and then bring back your old blade with 8 more as well. And then you'll have 2 blades. And that's just fun. You got 2 blades spinning around. That's awesome. Sadly, transforming your blade does not count as exhausting, so it'll just go away into the ether if you transform it with like guards or something. So you can't do it with that. You can do that with Tyranny. You could exhaust it with Tyranny to maybe duplicate your blade with Summon Forth. But yeah, just there's mostly just for Doormaker is what this card would be for. Doormaker, maybe the Ethereal Fight, and then just bosses in general. If you've got a ton of energy as well, like a Void Form or a lot of orbits, easier to play the blade multiple times. Maybe you can even play the blade into summon into blade, and that could be really good. Yeah, how does Summon Forth work with Musical Box Blade? I didn't think about that. That's a good suggestion. Yeah, if you dupe the blade with Musical Box, then even if the second one is ethereal and exhausts, it would bring both back. That's a good point. Yeah, this isn't good sometimes. It's like Refined Blade in power level, maybe. It's just another Forge card that it's like helping your Forge stuff work. It's fine. Maybe a little worse. Maybe Kingly Kick tier. It's got some interesting utility, but like, it's perfect right here. You know, these are all just like damage commons that are okay. I know this is uncommon, but these are just like damage cards. They just do damage. And they're fine. Super Massive. This is a card I have changed my opinion on massively. I didn't intend that. Super Massive. 1 energy, deal 5 damage, deals 3 additional damage for each card you created this combat. I would not take this card speculatively, but it can really pop off. It's so fun with Crash Landing. Like if you've got a Crash Landing in your deck, boom, you can click this card. You got your Spectrum Shift, boom, it's scaling. Guards, like there's some mass card generation. Guards, Charge, Crash Landing. It can work with Manifest. It can work with Potions, Begone, Quasar. You know, it works well with a lot of cards that are in these top 2 tiers. And it's just a good payoff for those. But it is so absurdly terrible early in a fight that it like depends on draw order and all that. So it can't like go up with all those great cards. It's in the good sometimes tier. It's definitely good sometimes. I don't even know where to put it in the tier, but like it's weird. It feels weird to put it anywhere. It's not desperation, I don't think. But it's like good scaling damage. Sometimes can be good damage pretty quickly in a fight if you've got like multiple guards or like Crash Landing in your deck and stuff. It's a fun time. Definitely a fun card. Sword Saves. This card was massively buffed. It used to make the Sovereign Blade cost an extra energy, and that was awful. Now it's a lot less awful. Problem with this card, 2 energy. Sovereign Blade now hits an additional time. Big problem is the 2 energy up here. However, there's a solution. Upgrade it. This is just like a much better version of Conqueror when it's upgraded. You know, it says your blade does double damage for the rest of the fight, always. Just have Egg, just have Void Form, just have Mummified Hand. Yeah, those relics and stuff you don't have all the time. It is much better than Conqueror because it says forever your blade is stronger. And if it's upgraded, you can even play the blade on the same turn, which is pretty good. So it goes in here somewhere. It's probably better than like Seeking Edge. I don't even know. It's so weird to put it anywhere. Like, I don't know, man. It's good if you are using the sword at all. Yeah, it also goes away. You never need to draw it again. But yeah, it duplicates all the value that you're getting from your blade. Bonk enemies, bonk bosses mainly. Terraforming, sad card. Gain 6 vigor for 1 energy. I wish this card were fun and good, but it's just not. Maybe it is fun, but I wish it were good, I should say. It's like very desperate, whatever. Like it's 6 vigor. 6 vigor if you're not having multi-hits is playing a strike. That's bad. But at least it's a strike. And these cards on the bottom tier are worse than that. Okay, maybe Knockout Blow isn't. Knockout Blow is better than these because you can actually play this card. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, why did they bring back one of the worst Watcher cards? Because this character theoretically can do multi-hits, but they actually can't. They don't do it that well. And even if they do, this card is not going to be that good. So it's like, this is a combo piece with not enough payoff for how difficult it is to make it work. That's all there is about the terraforming. Because if it's not doing the crazy thing, it is a strike. And you don't want to put a strike into your deck. Moving on, the Sealed Throne. This card comes to you upgraded from Darv. 1 energy, 3 stars, innate. Whenever you play a card, gain stars. This is so good, it goes in the broken tier despite costing a boss relic. I'll click this even if I don't have star payoffs yet. This is like win the game after turn 1 card. This thing is busted. It's a boss relic, but it is this good. It is genuinely this good. Yeah, I have this versus Pyramid. I'm actually taking this over Pyramid sometimes. Have Bing Bong. You have 2 of them. Yeah, often up against Pyramid is the weakness of it, I suppose. If I say I'm picking this over Pyramid like half the time, at least, this is the greatest card in the whole game. This is, yeah. It's hard to rate the boss relic cards, but this boss relic is insane. This is insane. If I already have the star cost cards, I'd probably take this over Pyramid. If I don't, I'd probably take the Pyramid over this. That would be how I would put it. But it's just so good. You play a star card, gain a star. Goes insane with Child. You know, this card, if it's in your deck, Child of the Stars goes up here, skyrocketed to the best card in the game. If this goes up there, the Black Hole goes up to this tier. It's amazing. What else? Yeah, it's mostly those 2, and then just like, I don't know, Particle Wall. Yeah, Particle Wall goes up. Reflect goes up. Every star cost card goes up a tier when you have the Sealed Throne, essentially. Like, I would say literally, like, if I have this card, maybe I'm clicking on Neutron Aegis. If I have this card, maybe I'm clicking on Devastate. Maybe I would sometimes click on 7 stars if I was desperate, right? That is a good way of thinking of it. Every single card that costs stars goes up a tier if you have the Sealed Throne. Stardust is, these cards on the bottom tier actually become somewhat pickable. Actually going to put Crescent Spear at the top here. And then like Decisions becomes great. Cloak becomes great. Dying Star becomes great. Guiding Star becomes great. It really is a good rule of thumb for this card. I'm impressed with myself for coming up with that. Yeah, Radiate becomes great. Like Radiate might actually go up 2 tiers with this. Yeah, Alignment might go up 2 tiers, right? Like Alignment is, I'm going to put Alignment a little higher. Just a little bit. I put this really early, so stuff moved up around. Nice. Yeah. Sealed Throne, insane. It's going to go at the top. Genesis gets less valuable. Yeah. Genesis could only dream of this. Being innate and only costing 1 energy and making more stars. And then having better synergy with everything else. The Smith. 1 energy, 4 stars, Forge 30. That is a big number. That makes this card good. The Forge 30 makes it good. This is like 20,000 times better than Devastate. Because you can get that 30 damage value multiple times. You can duplicate this card with Decisions. Also just a very fun card, and I love that it has the word the definite article in the title of the name of the card. I love that. This card is good sometimes, I think, but like very good sometimes. Maybe it even goes in great. I don't know. The star cost is a little tough to handle sometimes, so it really can't go like way up there. Put it next to Decisions. It's the same kind of deal. Is this Regent's best imbue skill? Maybe Decisions is the best, but this might be second best. There's definitely a reason to think about it, for sure. 34 just is a whole lot, which is another good imbue. Yeah, love the Smith. Very fun card, but only good. Only very good sometimes, I would say. Tyranny. At the start of your turn, draw 1 card and exhaust 1 card from your hand. Innate is the upgrade. Kind of love this card. It's like free deck thinning. This would be the most broken card in the game on the Ironclad. Like on Ironclad, this is up here. On Regent, it's only here. Draw a card every turn is like really good for only 1 energy, and then also exhaust bad cards, namely statuses. Exhausting statuses is like wonderful. A lot of enemies put like really horrifying statuses in your deck. If you are fighting the Soulfish, click this card. If you are fighting, what other fights do you want the statuses? I mean, the Mites in Act 2 or something, but yeah. It's really good. It makes dupe your deck free because you can upgrade this to innate and then in exhaust thing, infection. So if you're in the under the overgrowth, maybe consider taking this card a little bit more. It exhausts your strikes and defends, and then your next deck cycle is better while also drawing through your deck faster. This maybe isn't the character who loves the deck thinning the most, but maybe it is. Every character is going to love getting rid of strikes and defends and status cards and curses. So this makes your second deck cycle so much better while also digging a little deeper through your first deck cycle after a few turns. So it's a little slow and cost energy, but I actually just love this card. Maybe a little high for this, but I had to play with this a little bit more. I like it though. Venerate. This is a starter card. This is the most overhated card in the entire game. Watch this. It's hidden cash. It's the same card, and it starts in your deck. It's good. It lets you play stars. Content Brain put this thing in S tier. We'll put it in S tier on the thumbnail. Upgrade this card. It makes 3 stars. If you have any cards that cost stars, upgrade this thing. If you have nothing else to upgrade this thing, so that you can take cards that cost stars. Is good. The card is good, and everyone complains that it doesn't have utility. Yes, it has utility. It lets you play good cards. It lets you play Reflect. It lets you play Comment. It lets you play good cards. Yeah, best upgrade on a starter card outside of Neutralize? Probably. Venerated what? Oh my god. Yeah, it's a good card. It's fine. For a starter card, it's pretty solid. All right, only 2 cards left. Void Form, 3 energy. Ethereal on your turn. First 2 cards you play each turn are free to play. This card says take 1,000,000 damage, kind of win the fight. And I don't like taking 1,000,000 damage that often. So this actually, if you look at my tier list and I'm like not like no brain, like a while back, I put it up here, I think. And it is very strong, and it has a very unique effect that this character needs very often. But it's just not. It's just not. 3 energy is egregious. It's just hard to put in play in this game. You don't take Snecko in this character, in this game. How do you make the energy to play this? I don't know. You just take 1,000,000 damage to put this thing into play. Most of your block cards cost energy. You know, you've got Particle Wall and like Cloak of Stars that block for no energy, but like, how are you playing this card? And then yes, it's ethereal now on the beta branch. So like, you can't even like retain it with certain retain effects to try to play it on an ideal turn unless you upgrade it. That's a lot to spend. It has some glaring weaknesses, but it's so powerful in so many ways to play the blade primarily. Yeah, maybe find a way to put this in play and then it's broken, but if you can't, it's like honestly not that good. It's a weird card to rank because it's so powerful of an effect, but so difficult to put into play on this character at least. Where would I put it in the good sometimes? Here. I do think it is good sometimes. I do. Yeah, it's your only power in the deck and you get the mask and then it's 0 energy. Suddenly you get it from Meow or early game and put Slither on it. Something like that. I don't even know. Yeah, we can put it next to Decisions. It's just so hard to play, man. It's so broken when you play it. So it's a little hard to rank. But yeah, if you got like good energy to play it somehow from something, then it's good, I guess. It has that problem of like that Orbit Minus has. Like Orbit Minus, you have a deck that wants energy, so it like can't really play this card, but you can upgrade this card. But Void Form, you don't have energy to play it, and then you need energy, and you can't play it ever. You just can't play it. Yeah, works with a 1-star 0 energy block card, this guy. Okie dokie. Last card, Rot in War. This card has been buffed a decent bit, I feel, since the beta. What does it say? It says 7 damage, Forge 5. It's buffed to Forge 7 now. Upgrade to 9/9. It's okay. It's Desperation Forge card. I'll maybe try to click this thing floor 1 or something. It's not amazing. You've got better Forge cards like Beat into Shape. You've got better Forge cards like the Smith. Refined Blade, Summon Forth. They're all going to do the job better, but as a common, it's like okay. It's an okay common. Desperation, not as good as these star generating commons, but it can do a job. Yeah, if you get it off Transforming Strike, it's good. Whoa, crazy. All right, that's the tier list. Thank you, gamers. Like, And subscribe, please. The YouTube videos are good, I hope, if you like them. This is the greatest Regent tier list ever! Oh my god. And hammer time. Whenever you forge, all allies forge as well. I haven't played multiplayer. Bye-bye.